Something you're hiding from us? You have no idea.
Palmetto State Armory and Bear Creek Arsenal are a disgrace to my rifles.
Sir, permission to leave the station.
For what purpose, Master Chief?
To give the Jews back their bomb.
Skeletons, shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a screech. You'll shake and shudder in surprise when you hear these zombies shriek.
We're so sorry, skeletons, you're so misunderstood. You only want to socialize,
But I don't think we should. Scary skeletons are starting to creep. They'll sneak from their sarcophagus and just won't let you be. Spirits supernatural are shy, what's all the fuss? But bags of bones are so unsafe, it's semi-serious. Scary skeletons are silly all the same. They'll smile and scrabble slowly by and drive you so insane. Sticks and stones will break your bones, they seldom let you snooze. Spooky, scary skeletons will wake you with a boo. Spooky, scary skeletons. Spooky, scary skeletons. Spooky, scary skeletons. Spooky, scary skeletons.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Rabbi Peely of the uncircumcised Peel. Hard to get it up in my old age. Hope you're doing well tonight. It is Halloween. Hope you stole some candy. Took it from the Gentiles. I hope you're doing well. I hope it's going well. I hope I don't die in this costume tonight. In my natural skin as a Rabbi Peely. Oh my gosh. Oh, we gotta get to our guests. Oh, you have Officer Nate Higgins of Agartha PD. I can't see anymore because my glasses are fogged. Oh.
Oy vey.
Richard Cranium. The one, the only. The dude playing a dude who's playing another dude. We have the Punish Snack. He looks a little too yellow, but it's okay. We allow it. And the last one I can't even see because my glasses are so fogged. Oh, vey. It's Hawkeye, the cum-guzzling wizard of the West. With that, I gotta get my headphones on, so I will let the rest of the panel explain to you the rest of the evening.
Chill stream, cider stream. Grab your cider, fellas.
Indeed.
Mysterious.
What's everybody's drink
canteen
choice?
Canteen stuff. Is it moonshine? Is it cum? Who the fuck knows?
It's the second one, probably.
Same thing.
But what's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody going?
It's gonna be painful, but I hope you guys know that this is for you. This is for all. Yes, the $7,000 has been acquired. It's the best it's ever been. The show is now funded into the new year. I'll have you know. Oh, I just can't wait to get into it tonight. I can't wait to get into it tonight. How's your night going, gents?
Doing good.
Very nice, very nice. I'm off of work, having some hard ciders with the boys.
Yeah, he's nading some higgers out there at Agartha, guarding the gates. The gate guarder, as he was. I think we're waiting for one vintage warfare with his very antiseptic uniform, I will say. Not APAC approved, but we are waiting for him. He should arrive sooner or later. Also, Richard Cannett with the background noise. I can't stand that. The voice of my people. Unbelievable. So loud, so obnoxious. How's the audience going tonight?
Good.
Oy vey. All right. First topic of the evening. It's too cringe. I shouldn't even bring it up, but here we are. The Israel first president to be vice man, JD Vance, embracing the meme, single-handedly killing it at the exact same time.
Happy Halloween, kids, and remember, say thank you.
That's right. He did the thing.
Happy Halloween, kids, and remember, say thank you.
That's right. That is the face of the one who comes in my dreams. Don't ask what I mean by that.
It almost makes you forget about his Jeet wife.
Well, Officer Nate Higgins, you would point that out. Very antiseptic of you. Unbelievable. Not APAC approved. We here at APAC love diversity for your countries. I mean, our countries. Sorry, didn't mean to spoil it there for you, but in all seriousness, we do have actually a serious topic to get into, and I realize that getting into a serious topic in this outfit is a little awkward. It's a little awkward, but we have a member of our community. Whew, even with a fan on, it's hard to breathe in there, guys. You wouldn't believe it. Okay, the $7,000 check had better clear, but we have actually an important story. So we have Lucas's family. Now, this is a gentleman, one of our friends locally. This is one of his nephews who was involved in a very tragic situation with his biological mother and the, I suppose, live-in boyfriend. But I'll go ahead and read this out, and then we'll get into some of the details. But this is pretty close to our hearts. This is local to me. This is one of my friends. One of his nephews was involved in some familial abuse. And so I'm going to drop this link in chat for everybody. I know the memes and all that sort of stuff, but rather than donate to this stream tonight, I'd rather you actually go to the GoFundMe that I'm going to pin in chat for everybody so that we can smash this goal for Lucas's family, because Lucas is currently in the hospital in Sioux Falls. So I'll drop that link once again. Hey everyone, as some of you may have heard, one of my great friends, Lucas, and his family are going through some trying times. His 7-year-old son, Colt, has been involved in a traumatic event. Lucas and Colt are currently at the Sanford Children's Hospital in Sioux Falls. They are expected to be there for the next couple weeks. So tonight, rather than being out with his friends and family, enjoying All Saints Day, or Halloween, as some of you would call it out there, some of you pagans would call it, he's in the hospital with his father. So if you guys want to pray for him, you want to support him through this link that I will once again drop in the chat. Let me pin that so I don't forget. Come on, YouTube. You can do it. I believe in you. All right, maybe I'll just grab it from here.
Seems to load fine in chat, public chat.
Well, yeah, but I want it to be pinned.
Oh, okay.
Pinned in chat. So it's pinned in chat now. So they're in the Children's Hospital in Sioux Falls. They're expected to be there for the next few weeks. Meanwhile, Lucas's girlfriend, Catherine, has been back home holding the fort down with Colt's sister, Brecken, who you see pictured, and all the animals. Now, if we get into some of the details of what happened, to Lucas. It is very, very tragic. So keep his father and him in your prayers and support them if you can. 2 Watertown residents are facing felony child abuse charges following a child's hospitalization on October 24th. Police were called to Prairie Lakes Hospital, where a 7-year-old, that being Lucas, was being treated for extensive bruising on his back, sides, chest, face, legs, and possible internal bruising on his pancreas. The child's mother, this despicable human here, who is now in custody, 30-year-old Taylor Ann Merkel, initially brought the child to the hospital with flu-like symptoms and claimed the injuries came from a fall down the stairs, but medical staff told police that the bruising pattern didn't match that explanation. Merkel now faces a Class 4 felony charge of child abuse. Also charged is 25-year-old boyfriend, live-in boyfriend, Davin Scott Walton, who is accused of aggravated assault by strangulation and cruelty to a minor, a 7-year-old child. Court records show Walton was previously reported to Child Protective Services in July after allegedly placing a pillow over the child's face. Again, I think, we should Minecraft these people. That would be my lenient solution to this. Following his arrest, Walton violated a no-contact order by calling Merkel 4 times, leading to an additional misdemeanor charges and a motion to revoke his bond. Both suspects are now being held in the Cottington County Detention Center on a $25,000 bond. So, fortunately, Lucas is back with his father right now. That is my understanding, in the Sanford Hospital over in Sioux Falls, which again is local to me. This is a nephew of a friend of mine. So if you guys want to support, pray for them, of course, all of that is pinned in the chat. Go ahead and check that out. So, yeah, heavy topic to start out with, but I want to get that out of the way first, for sure. And we will be praying for Lucas and making sure one way or the other that we smash that $11,000 goal there. All right. Well, the title of this stream is The Black Dawn Rises, of course, because within... Well, we got 4 hours of food stamps left. Anybody on the panel other than Richard worried about their food stamps running out tomorrow?
I'm more worried about the neighborhood supermarket.
Yeah, I mean, true. Some of the Nate Higgers tomorrow, very busy.
I'm ready to do some heavy-handed police work.
All right, dirty cops. It's a dirty job, Garden Agartha. But I mean, you can see he's got the protest handled behind him, mostly peaceful, of course.
Fiery, but mostly peaceful.
Yes, 100%. Thank you, Stratton and Branch. Appreciate that, sir. But tomorrow, a federal judge orders Trump administration to use contingency funds to keep SNAP benefits flowing during the shutdown. As it's supposed to happen, tomorrow will be the end of EBT, at least while the government remains in shutdown. Now, a federal judge can ask them to do stuff, but that doesn't mean that it will happen. That doesn't mean that it will actually take place. So I believe, as it still stands now, EBT runs out tomorrow, and all of the people threatening left-wing racial violence upon the rest of us, well, I guess that starts tomorrow.
Yep. Federal judges could say literally whatever they want. It does not mean that that is now the law and what has to happen.
Yep. All right, now this is a compilation. I think this is a good way to start our Halloween. Very scary. What could be scarier than, well, Rabbi Peely? But other than Rabbi Peely, we also have the EBT Americans, as they're called.
You think I'm leaving hungry? Not today. I'm feeding my kids one way or another. I'll be back next month when the car hits. Y'all better stock up.
Oh my God.
I got kids at home. What am I supposed to do? Starve to death?
Ma'am.
No, I ain't leaving this here. I said what I said. I'm leaving with it, all of it. Y'all can call the cops if you want to. My husband's in the Uber waiting right outside. You think I'm joking?
Ma'am, please.
I'm gone. Y'all, if they cut my EBT, I'm walking right out of them stores with every bit of them groceries. Ain't nobody stopping me. $2,000 a month, and they think
It looks like a cheeseburger's about to stop her.
Is that the new JD Vance meme face?
Did you see he posted that meme earlier today? Can you hear the screaming?
Yeah.
It's just like, we're hearing it now. So the first two were AIs. The first two were AIs for sure. But some of these are going to be real, which is quite funny.
think they gonna take it? Hell nah, huh?
Why are y'all asking me how many baby daddies I have?
Hand tattoos. I mean, I'm
valid
sorry,
question.
The
Well,
hand
also,
tattoos seem to
here-
be symptomatic of your internal condition, ma'am.
Yeah, just
Also,
cut it
hearing
off.
her voice makes me want to do horrible things to myself. That's why.
Just cut it off. Works for me.
You look like
I'm
a
gonna say
trailer park
4.
harlot.
I'm gonna say 4. At least 4 baby daddies. Maybe
Oh, I
more.
thought you said. I thought you called her a. Never mind.
I would not call this fine, young, diverse woman of color, strong, independent woman a whore. I wouldn't do that. That'd be very antiseptic.
We disavow all those who call this woman a whore.
Why are you asking me why I don't work? First of all, I have 7 baby daddies.
Oh,
Yeah.
In these days is crazy. Used to be 1 baby daddy for your own children. Very anti-Semitic, if you ask me. Now it's up to 7. Inflation is crazy. Who could be doing
Maybe-
that? Ugh.
Maybe they never heard of condoms.
No, dude, you don't understand. It's 7 child support
Let
payments.
condom
That's for
forever.
living.
Okay? The
That's a
reason
lot
I
of
did
government
that was so
benefits.
that I don't have to work.
Wait, so 7 kids or 7 baby daddies, undetermined amount of babies. How much a month is that? Maybe I need some baby daddies.
So that I can raise my kids, so I can take care of my kids. There's so many mothers out there that do this. And
Yeah, that's the
in order
problem.
to make ends meet, yes, I do live off the government. I am on Section 8. I do get $2,000 in food stamps per month.
$2 grand.
Wait, Whoa.
Think of all the interest I could make off of $2 grand.
Got to make your own slop factory and sell stuff with corn syrup.
$2 grand a month.
I'm not getting enough. Honestly, I need more. How am I supposed to keep up with their needs? They like to eat their cookies, they like to eat their donuts, their cake.
This woman is
It's
rage
never
baiting me.
enough.
This is rage bait. Perfect rage bait. She is rage baiting me right now. This is a joke. This must be rage bait.
Cakes, their chips, their pizza. I can't buy their pop. How am I supposed to make ends meet if I'm only getting $2,000 a month in food stamps?
Do you understand that there are people like me who cannot work? Do you want
All right, I'm not going to say anything racist here, but I noticed the meth mouth right away. Many such cases in Trailer Park America.
good sir.
Is
That's
there
being
people like
racist
you who-
against the Mexican Americans. I'll have you know.
Less than average amount of teeth.
Oh my God.
The dental impaired Americans is their preferred term.
kids who cannot eat? Do you understand there are people like me who go hungry the last week of the month just so my kids can't eat?
You decided to post this on the internet. That is an L, ma'am. That is a big fat L. Ugh. Richard's sister cannot be confirmed. Richard's sister would not be that skinny. We all know that.
My food stamps went from 4,400 in food stamps every month to $38.
What the heck?
What am I supposed to get with $38 with 6 kids?
Get a job. How about that, huh? Yeah. That's what you're
Maybe
supposed
you
to
should
get
go
with 38
back
bucks.
in time and be responsible.
Wait, what was that other chick at? 7? And she got, what was it, 2,800? She's at 44. She just like, did she, how many kids?
I don't know. No,
Like
I don't want to think
14?
about it. Yeah,
one had
$4,400
7
a
and one
month
had
is
6.
above the national average income. I'm pretty sure. What's the national
Yeah.
average at? Like 50, 48, something like that? That's above the national average, dog, in food stamps.
Man,
Yeah, that's you're feeding an army down there.
How the hell am I supposed to support my kids on $38 in food stamps? Not to mention our disability checks on hold. Our Section 8, my rent isn't getting paid tomorrow. So I have to come up with $1,100. Okay? I am allergic to work.
And Axe to Grind is being very racist in the chat, saying that hand motions can be indicative of racial features. We don't appreciate these anti-Semitic statements you make in
Nope.
there, Axe to Grind. Please do not
Axe
do
to
that.
Grind?
Refrain from racism in the chat.
you could also be Italian. if you talk with your hands.
Italian.
Also not white.
I can't work. I refuse to work. The whole reason I had kids was the amount of government benefits that you get for one child.
Ooh, don't let your kids know
And
that.
now, with the dependent age being 7 and younger, none of my kids are dependents now. None of them, because they're all older than 7. So how am I supposed to live? How do I feed my kids on $38? This is not okay. Not okay.
Yeah, gotta have Mother
Welcome
Base open up the diamond mines over in Africa. We're expanding.
Yeah,
You
no,
use
she
it.
said the thing. She said the thing you weren't supposed to say.
Hey, I'll
Wake
give
up
those
truth,
kids a wholesome
real
and
talk.
productive employment over at the diamond mines over in
Mm.
Central African Republic.
Elon Musk needs more cobalt miners in Africa. They'll put them to good work down there, digging out Tesla batteries with their bare hands. Wanting some work ethic down there.
About real life. Every time there's a new round of EBT cuts or payment delays, social media explodes. But this time it's different because a few people bragging online about scamming the system ruined it for everyone.
And Axe to Grind says if these people can have kids, what's y'all's excuse? Well, considering it's Halloween, I have 12 kids in my basement. I've been collecting them. They knock on my door. Oh, it's the best time of the year.
Everyone else. And while they were flexing fake luxury shopping on TikTok, real families, single parents, seniors, and people working 2 jobs really needed assistance. Thumbs up the video, smash subscribe, and let's continue.
Okay, I see a lot of people asking for story time on.
Richard, calm down. I know it's your type, but calm down, okay? It's a video screen.
How I owe them $35,000 now. Okay, so
I have fallen victim to this anti-Semitic hate speech trick before. I pulled over on the side of the road for 2 hours trying to get a penny that was glued to the highway. Not funny. Yeah.
I live by myself. I'm single. I don't have any kids. So I've been applying for food stamps like 2 or 3 years ago. I lied on my food stamp case and I told them I was homeless, and I told them that I didn't have anything. I was homeless. I didn't have nowhere to go. Blase, blase. And I told them that I wasn't working. So when I first started getting my food stamps, I started getting like $400 a month just for myself. So I'm just thinking everything cool, you know, like, okay, I'm getting my food stamps. Nothing happened, you know. So I decided to come on TikTok and tell people, like, if you're trying to get food stamps, you can lie to them.
Oh boy.
I can't wait to go
Commit a felony. Have fun.
admit
I
to
am a
committing
fan.
fraud on TikTok.
Well,
You know,
as
keep on
a
doing that.
As a Israeli American, I do understand the desiring American government funds, all right? That is a noble gesture that was promised to us many years ago. But the one tip I'll give these black queens is to maybe don't say all this stuff publicly.
Hey, it wasn't there like
Yeah.
a similar thing with like a cash advance of like Chase Bank for a free $2,000, and it's just a cash advance on a credit card?
No, it was what they called a glitch in the
Free
system
money
or whatever.
hack.
Yeah, free money hack. Which
Free
was
money
basically-
hack,
it was
y'all.
just check fraud. It was just check fraud. That's all it
Oh.
was.
Oh,
I
okay.
could write a check to myself and cash it. Free money hack, y'all.
Oh, somebody say free money? Oh, gotta try that one. That's a new one.
Free money.
Listen, what
I
happened?
have below 70 IQ. I bet that works.
So that was a very bad mistake that I made. A lot of people saying, you have lashes on, why you need food stamps? I don't care. If it's free, I want it. Baby, food is way expensive. And if I go in Walmart with $100, I'm really not going to leave out with nothing. Who want to keep spending money on food? Like, it's just too much.
Wait, to spend money on food? I thought you could just shoplift.
Heyo. Man, isn't there some free programs for her to fix her fucking lisp too?
I mean, I can't keep doing the voice because it really hurts my throat. I don't know how
Yeah.
these people do this for hours at a time.
You have to act
But-
more whiny and more entitled.
I mean,
You
she's
have a-
giving me a run for my money, okay?
It's a more nasally inflection to the natural voice.
Yeah.
I
You
wonder
would never
how.
run from money. What are you talking
No, but
about?
I do like how she says, like, I can't spend money on food. Like, if I buy $100 worth of food, like, I didn't get anything. Like, because she didn't get any material items or whatnot, or clothes or nails or hair product or whatever it is. It's like, oh, just food? I might
You
eat
didn't get
that.
any consumer
No.
slop.
I mean, with a
Food
with a
doesn't
100
count. Food should be free, obviously.
Well, no. What she doesn't understand is she thinks she's here on the game, and she's really down here. What you do is you go on those dating apps, and you pretend like you're interested, and just have everyone be free food, and have them take you out to fancy restaurants. She's not gaming the system hard enough. She thinks she is, but she really isn't.
I mean, in all seriousness, like you can for $100 at Walmart, you can get yourself 2 or 3 months worth of rice and beans, and like 70 or 80% of the world would have that as a staple diet, and they seem to manage fine.
Yeah, ground meat, beans, rice. Have fun.
Well,
Worcestershire
what,
sauce.
$100 is like what? 4 bags of chips and a 24 pack of soda? I mean, how are you supposed to
You're
live
right.
off of that? Imagine.
Yeah, money isn't
So-
supposed to go to food. It's supposed to go to Jordans, you see.
It's supposed to go to my eyelashes.
It's supposed to go to
I got
Israel.
acrylic nails.
When this was, they picked me up yesterday, but day before yesterday, I got a call, and they was like, "Hello, is this such and such?" And I'm like, "Yes. Hello. What's going on?" They say, "Well, this is the people that's like, over the food stamp office or whatever." And it was like, "We have a report that you have been putting false information on your application to get food stamps, and that you're not homeless, and that you do have a job." So I'm like, "Okay, who did you get this information from?" So it was like, "Well, we cannot disclose any information about who we got it from, but we have facts that you have been lying, and you have to pay all of that back, and your balance is $35,000. And they also told me that they was filing charges on me. So I'm like, what the hell? Because at this point, I'm really thinking like they just playing, or somebody just playing on my phone, y'all. But yesterday, when I made the video and posted on TikTok, like 15 minutes later, the police came knock on my door. They was like, "Is you such and such?"
$35,000 worth of food stamps. All right, I gotta ask the panel. Other than Richard, which one of you guys is going through 35 grand worth of food stamps in a year?
How do you even go through 35 grand in a year?
No, you don't understand. She received 400. Hey, time to do math. She received $400 of food stamps a month, and she owes them $35,000. How long has she been on food stamps?
Almost a decade. That's quite impressive. That grift game is something I aspire to.
Is she an entrepreneur with those COVID loans? Those,
Yeah, probably some other crimes in there that she's. Well, listen, again, not to be racist, but some of these people's masks don't always check out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what's to say that she didn't maybe claim somebody else's kids and get extra benefits? Right?
Or did it across multiple states, which is also very common.
I mean, is that how that island
mean, so
runs?
did-
Like they just claim other kids as dependents. That way, that island could run like with like very little taxes and overhead.
Correct.
They read me my rights, and they arrested me. And y'all keep asking me, how did I have my phone in the
It's pronounced ask. Ask me how I know.
back of the police truck? That's because I didn't give them no problems. Like, I wasn't arguing with them. I simply got back in the back of the police truck.
I just went to check the mail, and I received a letter from...
Eyebrows.
Richard, calm down. Yeah, crazy eyebrows, crazy eyes. This is a Mexican abuela that must be deported. Send her back.
Even if
Okay.
she's
Also,
legal,
though,
get her out of here.
Also, she has the Michael Jackson nose too.
Yeah.
From the food
I think her nose is a little small, honestly.
stamps office. It says, after multiple videos were sent into our office, we had to conduct an investigation. And during our investigation, we did come across a few discrepancies in your application. This is It says, therefore, over the last 6 months, you received benefits that did not belong to you and needs to be paid back. You know how much I have to pay back? Do you want to know how much food stamps I have to pay back?
Not really.
Well, if I had to take a wild guess, I'd say $27,000. Don't know where I got that info from, though.
I mean, if she can finance an Ultima for that much money, why not just do that for the same strategy for paying it back to debt?
You know, the interest rate on that alone could pay for my second house in the hills.
I have to pay back $27,000. Good thing is that they offer a payment plan. And guess what? I'm not even gonna pay it. Y'all have to prove to me. Where's the proof? This letter doesn't mean anything. Where's the proof? Show me the proof of what I was doing wrong.
All of this from a woman where you could land a 747 jetliner on her forehead.
No. You have the kids screaming in the bathroom. Or you have this kid screaming in the back, and her's like, they trying to do this to me. Fuck you! I ain't paying shit back. It's like, all right, well, go to jail. Get fucked. Do not pass go.
Didn't your parents ever teach you to mind your own business?
Richard, stop it! Oh God! Oh, get him off the screen! Oh.
Oy vey!
I just finally got.
Shoot, who was the politician who got caught jerking off on camera again? I forgot. I needed to do that for a joke.
Anthony Weiner.
Oh, he's pulling a wiener.
Anthony Weiner, that one.
Confirmation that food stamps is officially cut for next month. And the thing about a lot of stereotypes is they say that you're on SNAP benefits, you don't work hard, you sit on your butt and you just collect checks, when that's not the case. I work hard every single day. I get up every single day and clean houses.
I also get up every day, but I don't clean houses. That's for other people.
And I still rely on food stamps to feed my 6 children because the prices are so high. It's unrealistic to think about not having food stamps. Next month, I'm so terrified because 6 babies are always eating. Plus myself, I eat about 1 meal a day, but still. And it's like, they always say, don't rely on.
Just a little interjection here, ma'am. Where's your kid? Or where's the dad? Or the dads, I should say.
It looks like she's more than 1 meal a day.
She looks like she's eating well, let's just say, all right?
Yeah.
That's just 1 meal a day, about.
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing you don't understand.
One pay rotation a day.
What you don't understand about Trump canceling the food stamps is he realizes over 50% of Americans are obese, and the vast majority of them are people living under the poverty line, interestingly enough, for some in history. And he goes, fuck it, we'll just get rid of their food, make them skinny, and I'll make them healthy. It's really a big-brained move here.
I mean, like,
all right. Pause for a second, guys. Pause for a second, guys. It's my sworn enemy, Vintage Warfare, with his anti-Semitic uniform. Not APAC approved. I don't even know how he got on this panel. How did you get in here? How's your night going, sir?
Du nicht verstanden mir. Du spreche Deutsch.
I don't know why, but for some reason that voice scares me. 6 million? Is that... I think that was anti-Semitic. I don't know what he's saying, but I don't like the tone of his voice. Somebody ought to ban that man. Unbelievable.
Fick dich. Fick deine Mutter.
All right, guys, I'm getting scared now. They're gonna do another heckin' Holocaust. 7 billion Jews died in 1940, whenever. Unbelievable.
7,270,000. What's the difference?
Vintage Waffenfair. Oh, that's a good one. Vintage Waffenfair.
Waffenfair.
Unbelievable.
How are we doing? What the fuck are you even wearing?
I'm Rabbi Peely. Gosh. You can't tell I'm Rabbi Peely? You want to see my uncircumcised peel? Get a load of that. Get a load of that.
We're gonna be targeted by the ADL, John. I don't know if you know.
They're my boys. Rabbi Peely's got the inside link to the ADL. APAC certified this stream is.
It's almost like Stahlhelms were not designed for fucking mics. Something like that.
Inferior German craft there. Inferior German product. I'll have you know the yarmulke Mike is very, very compatible with modern technology, unlike your ancient, whatever you called that thing on your head. What is that? Way too big.
Das ist die Stahlhelm.
Stahlhelm? Whatever. We won, you lost, whatever. Anyways, moving on with the Black Queens vintage. I don't know if you've been watching, but we're watching your people here stealing our EBT and shit.
Oh, fuck
on the
this.
government. But sometimes, like in situations right now where the government literally has raised prices over 300% on just everything, eggs, milk, everything, you do have to rely on stamps, especially in my situation where I just got custody of 3 children on top of mine. So we need it. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm terrified right now, and I don't know if anyone else is scared, but this is scary.
I am so dumbfounded right now. There are people that genuinely think that people who use EBT don't deserve soda, candy, or desserts.
That would be
Yes.
me. Listen, with a couple chins like that, I feel like you could lay off the candy. That's just me. Well, listen, if I see 2 or 3 chins, I say no candy or ice cream for you, okay?
Oh my.
You're gonna tell me that my daughter doesn't deserve a popsicle? You're gonna tell
Actually, you know what? Nope. I gotta say this, ma'am. Your daughter deserved a father, which you failed to give her. How about that?
me I don't deserve to get brownies, and all
brownies, mud shark detected. Oh my gosh.
I'm hearing is
Around
be
here, we
grateful,
don't
be
like
grateful. It's
brownies.
free food. Get off of your
my
throne
God,
of
Nate.
entitlement and take a look around you guys. Everyone is one bad day away from being homeless or even needing government assistance.
Do I look like I'm one bad day away from being homeless? Don't answer that.
Maybe after the
Do you guys
stream.
not see how that makes you look? Your lack of
What do you mean how I look? What do you...
This is how I stay organized living in my car. But first, let's bake some cookies.
Is that a new song?
I just have a question, Richard. Would you like to taste her cookies? The homeless car cookies. Just curious, Richard.
You gotta like start the engine and then use the engine block as like a.
I'm
a
waiting to
stovetop.
see if that's
what
what
we
she
do.
Well,
Close the
the
hood.
good
You got
thing
an
about
oven.
the good thing about her cooking in the car is that the car already has oil in it that she could use for cooking. So
Yeah, I mean, they use transformer oil in Africa, so I don't see why it would be any different over here.
You know, you guys might not know this, but Vintage's people used to grind me up into car oil. Ugh.
Living in my car. But first, let's bake some cookies.
Would you like some cookies, Richard?
Bada bing, bada bing, bada boom. Let's see if that works. And in the meantime, let's go check out the trunk. Everything I need on a daily basis is in my trunk. I've got my yoga pants and my t-shirts. I got my undies and my nice clothes. And the same pair of shoes matches every outfit. But everything else is in my storage. And this is my storage. I've got my clothes color coordinated. I got my shoes. Everything is organized because it's easier for me to just come in, grab what I want, and then leave. Who moved my cheese? I used to be a showgirl, most important of them all.
Not a very good one, apparently. Oh. Who would have thought that being a showgirl would have led you to a life of living out of a storage unit in downtown Brooklyn? Ugh.
but she just got that bottle of Hendrix there.
Nuts.
Well, hold on a second. That's
Yeah.
downtown Brooklyn?
Also, real quick, let's circle back around to the cookies. She just put some cookie dough on some tinfoil in the front of her car and then said, let's just see how that turns out. What is that about?
Yeah, she's sending it. Well, what's the issue? What do you got? What's wrong with you, cop?
Yeah,
Hold on.
No.
Are you
Listen,
are you not
listen,
Are you
you-
sad that you're not brutalizing them?
Vintage,
Yeah.
you gotta hold off on aggressing against our Agarthan PD down there. He's our resident Agarthan cop on the scene.
He's here to
Nope.
protect me.
He's here to protect me against you, honestly. Let's be real here. All
I
right,
will
we gotta
protect
get...
Rabbi Peely at all costs.
That's right. Charlie Kirk would have wanted you to donate to my defense fund against these viral anti-sex skeptic people on the internet. Charlie Kirk would have wanted it. For sure. But honestly, you guys should go donate to the GoFundMe link and help out little Lucas, all right? Do that instead. But we got to get to some of your support. I don't know how long I can make it in this costume, but
You
I'm
won't.
trying, all right?
I'm giving
trying.
you an hour and a half, dude.
It's taking me everything in my fucking body right now.
I don't have air conditioning running right now. I'm being cheap.
I can't
It's
believe that these
fine.
people would actually live like
Ooh,
this.
women, super nice.
Sephardic Psycho says, boo. It's freaking scary for $2. $2. Oh, baby.
I can't wait for PSI's fucking screen cap of me and you side by side.
Screenshot this, PSI. That'll look funny. in
Sagen
a
meine
clip.
Schwanz, PSI. Fick deine Mutter.
Hey,
Hoden.
PSI, sprachen Sie Deutsch?
Ja, sprechen Sie Deutsch? Ja, du nicht verstanden mir.
Sephardic
Schwuchtel.
Psycho for 2 says trick or treat. You know I love a good trick. Thank you, Sephardic. The Lights Boy says punished focus, Richard. Richard, you gotta punish focus for being a bad boy. Unbelievable. Chud for 2 says the #1 Nog enjoyer is here. Hornady is with us. Well, as Rabbi Peely, I should have you know that I love the Zog, Nog. So you're Zog's biggest supporter, Chud. I appreciate it. Thank you, Chud. Chudstein, some would say. The Lightspur for 1488 doing a heckin' anti-Semitism on the YouTube chat. Ban that man. Nate Higgins, get after that man. This
Will
stream is
do.
already starting. Oh, great. Israel. Yeah, that's
He's
right.
sending
Israel
me
is great.
artillery
Oh.
coordinates. He's sending me the coordinates right now for your house.
Ah,
I
not
hear this.
again.
He says 1, 2, 3, 4. He has your house. He's sending the artillery.
A quick donate to the stream to support the defense fund for Rabbi Peely. Zany Co says it's my dying wish to be on the stream before 2026. Well, listen, do you have a costume as a retard? Because you could get on here, Zany Co. Am I right, boy for 2 says busy with fan, hope to join later. I hope you have a good time with your family. Nate Higgins. Oh my gosh, look. Oh, that.
We got an imposter.
Is that a
Hey,
Ah.
hey.
Where did you find that photo of me? Glad to see I'm represented here. TK's Tiny Pain says, how come Hawkeye isn't wearing a costume? Listen, the cum-guzzling Wizard of the West is always ready for a
He
stream.
is the wizard. He is the wizard. He is from the, how you say in America, he is the,
I believe
the
you
man who
pronounce...
contemplates the orb.
He's contemplating those orbs, all right. Big, hairy orbs. Stratagem Branch for 10 says Bucky is not wearing a costume. He just got off of his undercover duty. He said
pretty
duty.
good. You got that pretty good. Kept you waiting, huh?
An Axfire Reno for 5 says Hopstream proved hot chalk is the best. All other Copen sees mauled. Chocolate. I don't know. I've seen a lot of high chocolate individuals in this stream already, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know if Rabbi Peely could do anything that relates to milk. That's
Heckin'
I can do a lot of
anti-Semitism
things
on the
that
stream.
that doesn't mix well with his people. Lactose
Ah.
intolerance goes with
I'm still dying over the haunted healing hand.
What is your name?
My
Dunk?
arm's
Dunker?
functioning. Oh
Dunk?
no. Oh no.
You seem like somebody who cannot drink the milk. Do this now, or you are going somewhere not fun. Do you not drink the milk, Dunk?
You know what? I don't know if we can talk about the milk here. Speaking of a milk truck, though, Focus Trip's wife for 5 says, yes, officer, 1 pepperoni pizza. Yes, the pepperoni pizza with a suspicious long-nosed accent. Anna, how could you? Sabotic Notice for 2 says Rabbi Shmuley. That guy's a poser. You don't need Shmuley, you need Peely. Peely is in, Shmuley is out. Thank you. Vintage, you're killing me. Crimes against children slowly loads pew. Why does that seem vaguely anti-Semitic? Thank you.
Hey, it's just an unregistered oil rig. What are you talking about? Nothing. Everything's above board.
Humble redneck for two says IAR simp here. I am retard simp here. Nothing of value to say. Take my money. Oh, I will. I will. Savardic for two says past tense, child abusers, simple as. Simple as. Thank you, Savardic. Notice that Chudstein for two says my monkey coworker gets beat. Oh, this is a racism, but has enough for a 24 Jeep. Oh, think about the interest on that new car. Oh, gets me hard just thinking about it. Zany for 5 says, okay, I'm here. You may begin the program. Thank you for your permission, Zany. Stratagem Branch for 10 says Nissan has affirmed that they will not remotely shut down any Altimas tomorrow. And through the shutdown, are you insinuating that a certain group of individuals has a higher percentage of Altima driving, huh? That's
White Nissan
racism.
Altima menthol pack.
No, man. Every single
getting pulled over.
Infiniti G35 you see will have tinted windows, and there will be people in there smoking pot. Every single G35 owner, hands down.
Sounds a little
I've used that
racist.
simple trick to arrest quite a few people.
If I was a cop, I know what cars I'm pulling over. I'd be a great cop.
Totted Dogs for 2 says, OMG, who effed these whores? Why are we paying for this? Well, listen, okay, a couple billion to Israel, a couple billion to single moms. What's the difference? Let's be real. Thank you, Totted Dogs. Oh, John's wife for 2 says food stamps. More like booze stamps. I can think of something else that needs some stamps. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. TK's Tiny Peen for 5. Hey, what's wrong with Tiny Peens? You get extra money if your kids are tarded. Ask Trench's parents. That's a burn. SB89, SB8er Stein, more like it, says total nibber death. I think that's offensive to some people. Chad Stein for 2 says, remember that Richard and Hawkeye support race mixing. I mean, just look at them. Maybe it would improve their condition. Let's be real. Thank you, Chad. All right, I don't know how much longer I can keep the voice up. They say if you do the voice for longer than 4 hours, call a doctor. But here we have, Richard, are you able to read? Maybe I shouldn't even ask you, honestly.
Of course I can't read. I'm dyslexic.
Perfect. Could you read this for us, please? Because I can't do it in the voice. Otherwise, I will die.
Yeah, I can do my best here. The Trump administration has decided to attack military bases inside Venezuela, according to a report, as America moves into a new phase in its war on drug cartels. Naval and air bases are among the most potential targets. They are suspected of being involved in the industrial supply of drugs by the infamous Tren de Aragua and Cartel de los Soles gangs. The airstrikes could be launched within days or even hours, sources told the Miami Herald, preferably sooner rather than later. Donald Trump denied the report on Friday when asked he had greenlit an attack. The president replied simply no while speaking to reporters on Air Force One. Those who briefed on the plans warned that time is running out for the socialist tyrant Nicolas Maduro. The Venezuelan president is trapped, and at least one top general is willing to capture and hand him over, a source told the Miami Herald. Trump has deployed the largest U.S. force to the Caribbean since Cold War and ordered 13 strikes on drug smuggling boats since the start of September, killing at least 57 alleged gangsters. Those are rookie numbers. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is the architect of the strategy, White House sources say, and he views Maduro's regime as an existential threat.
Regular John will take it over. You have a narco state in Venezuela run by a cartel. Rubio told reporters last week this is an operation against narco terrorists, the Al Qaeda of the Western Hemisphere. Guys, we got GWAT, but we got GWAT South America. You guys ready for round 4 or whatever this is?
GWAT 2. Let's go.
GWAT 2, South America, Boogaloo. Let's go.
Not if anything to say about it Argentina has.
We got GWAT 2 before we got GTA 6, fellas.
We got Mexican abuelas holding stingers before GTA 6. My hair's getting in the way. I can't see. But yeah, we are on the precipice of a war in Venezuela to remove this man, this man from office, this duly elected in the most fair and free elections of all time, Nicolas Maduro, and he will certainly defend himself bravely and fiercely with the Democratic Socialist Republic of Argentina or wherever the heck they're from. I don't really care, to be honest. As long as big numbers and big Raytheon stocks go up, Rabbi Peely's gonna be happy, so let's get this party started, all right?
Hey, at least regime change is a good thing, right, guys?
I mean, that guy's fairly elected. The people voted for him like 99.5% of public approval for the ballot.
Obviously.
Oh, interest-free loan. Now you're talking my language. Let's go.
Yeah, usury is illegal where I come from.
That sounds very anti-Semitic to me. Well, I mean, honestly, if we have to go to war with someone, I feel like the Middle East, we've ruined the Middle East enough. Or, I mean, well, we've benefited a couple nations over there, but for the most part, it's kind of a mess. Now we can do the same thing with South America. My question to the panel is, who is the Jew of South America? That's my question. Like, who's our national interest in South America? Who's our greatest ally in South America?
Argentina.
I guess El Salvador. I don't know.
Yeah,
Argentina, because the Argentinian president literally said he wished he could be Jewish. So yeah, Argentina.
Argentina.
I was gonna say Brazil.
There's a
Mexico.
surprising
Look at the
amount.
president.
That's true. Oh,
Yeah,
Mexico.
Mexico.
I love Mexico. For some reason, that Mexican president just makes me feel so at home.
Do they have a bunch of oil over there?
South America?
If we're gonna
It has
wage
the most.
war, let's just not leave the country and just take it. We have to stop giving people their
I'm with
countries
you,
back.
Hawkeye.
What, the
I'm with
53rd
you.
state?
I'm sure you like to take it, Hawkeye.
Territories, man. It's in my nature.
Yeah, Hawkeye wants to take the southern territories of everyone he sees. Let it be known. Oh, what is this, Stank? You're sharing some anti-Semitic memes with me here, trying to get me on edge?
It seems foolish to have all this money lying around.
Oh, you'd rather have it down at the bank where the Jewish guys can leer at it? Yeah.
Yeah, woohoo!
It seems foolish to have all.
I mean, yeah, why not? Sounds like a good move to me. Heck yeah. All right. Speaking of a Halloween plot, multiple people have been arrested in Michigan at a Halloween weekend attack plot. FBI Cash App Patel told the news. Dearborn, Michigan, a place of great diversity, great strength. Multiple people who have been allegedly plotting a violent attack over the Halloween weekend were arrested Friday in Michigan. FBI Director Cash App Patel said in a social media post. The law enforcement effort was focused on suburban Detroit. The suburban youth striking again. More information will be released later. Investigators believe the plot was inspired by Islamic State extremism. Oh, who could have guessed?
In Dearborn? No way.
Yeah. I mean,
I heard this
our
was a government psyop before.
Our tools of subversion are well at work in Dearborn and are investigating whether those in custody were potentially radicalized online, according to two people briefed on the investigation who could not publicly discuss details. They spoke to the Associated Press on condition of anonymity. FBI and state police vehicles were in a neighborhood near Forston High School in Dearborn, where people wearing shirts marked FBI walked in and out of a house, including one person who collected.
Holy shit. What happened?
My Mossad agents have found vintage anti-Semitic warfare. They're gonna get
Don't
him.
worry about it. We got the artillery back.
Uh,
It's okay. It was just a thing with guns on it. There was a bunch of guns that just fell.
How many?
It'll be fine.
How many kvass fell over, comrade?
Like 2. It's okay. There were pistols. No one cares.
Sounded like
How
more
many
than two.
police surplus pistols have fallen on the ground now, Vintage?
At least,
You know,
actually,
Vintage has
none.
drop guns now.
Actually, it's
Cool.
none, and there's
Oh.
none of them are.
Well, at least it was guns and not pennies, am I right? Oh, I hate to see money on the ground, you know? It just enrages me. Something inside me just hates that so much.
Why was it so heavy? Oh, I know why. Okay,
People
never mind.
familiar with the investigation told AP the group had discussed carrying out an attack around Halloween, referring to the Pumpkin Day, Day of the Pumpkin. According to one of the people, the other person briefed on the investigation confirmed there had been a pumpkin reference. Pumpkins mentioned. We got audio on this or no? Apparently not. The AP is too retarded to have a voiceover. Uh-oh. Somebody call the bomb squad. Is this it, AP? This is the worst video I've ever seen. Thanks for putting that 40-second clip of uselessness in your article. Thank you. Ah. Was that booze I hear? Ah, it's the sound of my people.
We didn't even hear a Muslim call to prayer. What's going on, AP?
Yeah.
I don't have one.
All
Sorry.
right. Well, we're almost to our main topic of the evening, but let's go a little further, shall we? Lima 6 belt feds got viciously removed by WordPress. Their entire website taken down for no reason whatsoever. These people just can't leave well enough alone, I suppose. WTF at WordPress. Your site has been suspended from WordPress.com for violating our terms of service. If you believe this was done in error, please contact us to have the suspension reviewed. They updated it with zero warning. WordPress struck and removed our website. Now, Lima 6, very famous, or soon to be very famous for some new belt feds, some base civilian auto rifle concept type stuff, removed from the market for heckin' violating community guidelines or some nonsense on WordPress. So they are migrating their whole website somewhere else where they can actually stay and do as they want. Ah, tragic.
I wonder if you had anything to do with this.
I don't know what that means. My people are very good at enforcing terms of service on the Goyim who don't read them. Let me tell you, one of my favorite pastimes is pulling up Section 4, Article 2, Subsection B of the terms of service on a poor, unsuspecting person. Ugh.
Yeah, you're gay and lying. I know it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, a little bit of preface here. Well, I saved my voice for a moment. Call him a slur. Hey, don't call me a slur. Terms of Semitism, true. All right, the scary. What better thing to do on Halloween than to look through the absolutely deranged mind of Lance and Tyler Robinson. Lance being the gay, mentally disturbed, trans boyfriend of the shooter, Charlie Kirk shooter, Tyler Robinson. I don't know if you guys have gone through or even seen all of the Discord leaks or some of the other things that came out of all of that, but it is very, very disturbing and kind of in line with what we've seen through other mass shooters, shall we say, with like scribblings and drawings and schizophrenia and many other signs of being unwell. And yeah, for a while, is Lance still missing? Do we know if has the boyfriend been found? Is he still missing? Or is he black vanned somewhere? Who knows?
He's in Guantanamo Bay now.
I believe
he was
deny
in
any sort of
witness
involvement
protection.
with this sort of
Guantanamo Bay. Let's
Tom
go.
Foe, I got a
Guantanamo,
bone to pick
Guantanamo.
with Tom Foe. That guy
Guantanamo Bay.
keeps calling out my people.
We might have an inside source on Guantanamo Bay here.
On Guantanamo. Can barely see.
This person and other people who are named, who have nothing to do with Tyler's crime. Now keep in mind, these claims are being made by an anonymous leaker. There could be more to certain of some of them. Walsh to me, this person said, "Hello, I just watched your video on the Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler and thought you did a good job. I happen to know Tyler and Lance in real life. I don't take a lot of pictures, so I can't prove it very well, but I am in Discord servers where both of them are, including the one where Tyler posted his confession. I have some pictures of the apartments and some stories I can tell." There were 2 pictures attached underneath. One of Tyler's confession in the Discord chat that matched the ones published by Ken Klippenstein, which were then republished.
Oh, my buddy Ken Klippenstein. I
Wait
love
a minute.
Klippenstein.
Is
My
this
best
a
friend.
fucking Tom Dark video?
Turkey Tom,
Yeah,
my
okay.
favorite guy, Turkey Tom. But yeah, inside source on the Discord calls to heck and remove our top guy, Charlie Kirk. Now listen, in remembrance of Charlie Kirk, you ought to donate to Rabbi Peely's defense fund, all right? What he would have wanted.
Published by every major news outlet. The other picture is a completely original photo of local police at Tyler Robinson and Lance Twiggs' place, taken from across the street. For the sake of verification, he later also provided me with archives of the 3 Discord servers they shared, which I'll eventually go over the relevant parts of. Once this person's identity was verified, he proceeded to tell me about the state of Tyler and Lance's living space. The apartment would drastically shift from clean to super dirty, depending on the state of Lance's mood. I don't have too many pictures of most of the mess, but basically, he'd start living in the living room and just start turning it into his nest.
Now, have you guys ever seen or experienced this where a roommate starts to nest in the living room? I tell you, I had a guy in college, a roommate of mine, who would just dominate the living space. He would cook and leave grease out, and he would just do disgusting things in the living room, and we had to kick out that parasite. Ugh. Have any of you guys ever experienced a nesting roommate?
Vintage, have you ever tried and make a forward push to create more living space for your situation?
Yes.
Good to know. And anyone else on the panel have any experience with people nesting, roommates doing things they shouldn't be doing? No?
Personally, never a roommate, but I have been to other friends' house where it's like, oh wow, there's just trash everywhere, and this entire place is disgusting.
Involuntarily roommates are horrible, and I got paired with a legit schizo, and it was a genuinely traumatic and terrifying. Would not recommend.
Oh, well, it sounds like you could have been Lance's roommate. Yeah.
After the first roommate moved out, and right after Tyler moved in 2 weeks later, Lance had a really big breakdown. The living room went from a place guests came over to something that had to be hid. People still came over, but everyone got weirded out by all the trash. He basically had layers of wires, random Temu trinkets, decorations, random art projects, clothes, and empty alcohol containers everywhere. And if anyone touched it, he would get livid.
Now, I gotta tell you guys, this seems a little disgusting even for somebody like me, okay? Wires and Temu trinkets, we might leave a bloody mattress around, but never trinkets. I mean, those go in the trinket space, okay? Not in the living space, come on.
What are you, a fucking animal? Do you not pick up your shit?
These people certainly live like animals.
No, hold on a second. You don't pick up your shit?
Sometimes. I mean, that's what we have help us do. If it's our special day, we have the slaves do it, or our friends do it, or our robots do it. The Shabbat that's coming out, we have them do it because we can't open the fridge on our special day, unless of course we do some fine shenanigans to trick God. Okay.
One friend got banned from the apartment for a while because he kept touching the Temu trinkets. I wish I still had pictures, but I felt sort of guilty and deleted them since I knew Lance wasn't in the right state of mind. For context, I've been playing games with Lance and Tyler for 6 years. I count myself kind of close to them, but I was trying to separate them from myself because being around them wasn't good for me. I say them, but Tyler was always level-headed and easygoing. But Lance could be anywhere from too depressed to talk to manic, wide-eyes, crazy person. I'll take a brief moment here to comment on the fact that
Now, to be clear, the guy in the furry costume pajamas on the right, that is Lance, and the man with the dead eyes on the left, that is Tyler, just to make sure that you got it in your thick skulls. All right.
In my original video, this is more or less the impression.
What do you mean, ew? This is a beautiful couple in Vimerica 2025 vintage. You don't respect
What's your
their way
address
of
again?
life?
I have an artillery strike
Ah,
inbound.
no, not again. Ah.
That I had, judging exclusively from Lance's more significant and expressive online presence relative to Tyler's almost non-existent digital paper trail. From Lance's Reddit account and the things his family members had to say about him, he clearly
You know, I love Reddit. For no reason specifically, just the type of people there are my best friends.
Oh, yeah. Fun fact: the r/socialist RA subreddit is now privatized. I wonder why.
What could have happened to those nice people?
We invaded it. It was me.
Big
I
fans
invaded
of the SRA. They're great. They're great disturbances of the peace to sow social discord, huh? Great job, SRA.
We invaded those faggots. We did it.
clearly was more outspoken and in some ways unstable. There were Reddit posts of his mentioning being at odds with his family.
Lance, so Lance is talking about the schizo behavior, the nesting in the living room, the Temu trinkets, the opened wires, and openly claiming he was possessed by a demon. Many such cases for some of these psychos. I was told I was possessed by a demon and in 30 minutes got kicked out of the house because I started laughing and wouldn't go to the bishop for a blessing. I think it's a Mormon bishop. So a Mormon bishop is like a pastor, not even sure if they can exorcise a demon. I don't think they have authority from the J-Man himself. You know what I'm saying?
To the point of being kicked out, and he had also discussed a lot of substance abuse issues, which are a far cry from the quiet, even if uneasy relationship that Tyler seemed to have with his family. What was completely unknown, and as far as I know hasn't been published anywhere, is this combination of hoarding and mania that this person describes Lance as exhibiting. The messages continue. During this first nest phase, Lance started working very rarely. He worked with his dad for a tub repair company. They'd either repair tubs or install them at construction sites. But when Lance was super depressed or just too manic, he'd take the day off and hit his THC vape, drink, and scroll reels. Anyway,
our algorithms on TikTok and Instagram are so good that, listen, you can literally just vape. You can smoke your pot. You can sit in your room or in your living room in this case and doom scroll all day. It's the perfect environment for our
Gets
ends,
you in
let's
the
just
perfect echo chamber.
It is kind of sad though. On some real levels.
100%. I'm trying to do the voice still and make it a little sarcastic, but I mean, maybe I should just drop
I'm
it
still
considering
calling
we're
an
an hour in
artillery
the
strike
stream.
on you. How about you shut up? I'm putting a fucking
gosh.
artillery Stuka strike on you right now. It's
no.
on my phone.
Check his registered address and look in the attic.
V1 rocket incoming.
V1 rocket incoming.
2 weeks before Lance's first nest phase, when the apartment was mostly normal, Tyler moved in with Lance because he just dropped out of college and was tired of living with his parents. He had been working with his dad at a stone cutting business where they'd install countertops. Tyler was kind of your normal blue-collar Utah guy. Most conversations with him, he'd talk hunting, camping, gaming, and he loved to talk about fishing. Now, first off, the combination of depressants with cognitive stimulants are leading factors to severe anxiety, paranoia, depression, and even psychosis. And that's without mentioning the documented connection between weed and schizophrenia. Obviously, as I assume most of you know, weed basically has two components, THC and CBD. CBD is not psychoactive, and it's often associated with treatments for anxiety, pain, and inflammation. Meanwhile, THC is psychoactive, and despite it also having
I recommend all young men wake and bake every day. It makes them extremely pliable members of society, okay? I think it's really good for you. I think it allows us to exercise a certain level of control over you that wouldn't be possible unless we pacified you first. I recommend it.
Smoke pot,
uses
drink chlorinated water, drink fluoride-ridden water.
You sound like you've been hitting the Tylenol. Nate Higgins hitting the Tylenol already. Too autistic to get chlorine, and the other one separated properly. Unbelievable.
Just do the old
treatment of
classic
nausea.
LSD. Do LSD.
Let
They
me
just
tell
figured
you-
out how to do it without LSD.
LSD in the 60s was wild. Figuring out how much LSD it took to turn somebody into a tranny was absolutely unbelievable. Too much, they did. Just right, tranny. Amazing.
and side effects of
We
chemotherapy.
used to burn
THC
so
is
many
the component of
books. Are you fucking kidding me? Dude,
Ah.
we used to fucking 3-point your books. Do a little fucking one-on-one, and we just fucking 3-point your
I'll
books.
have you know, Jews were the people who invented basketball. The first basket scored in basketball was by a Jew. Jews love basketball. The idea of you 3-pointing one of my books is highly antiseptic. Don't appreciate that.
The first basket in basketball was me throwing up Magnum Hirschfeld's fucking I don't know, gay book. That was me. I did that.
Crack is a poor drug. You're poor and you're black, Gloop. I'm sorry, you're poor and you're black now.
Wait, hold on.
Cocaine is
No,
where
I'm the
it's at.
black character. You ever play Battlefield 1?
Battlefield 1, that was...
You might think that I'm a World War II German. No. If you play Battlefield 1, I'm the sniper class.
Oh, hi, Dakario.
You might know what that is if you play Battlefield 1.
marijuana that's associated
Are bananas kosher? I don't know. You tell me. Take a look at my clipped banana here, pal. Okay, you tell me if that's kosher. All right.
Oy vey.
with symptoms like paranoia, psychosis, and, like previously mentioned, schizophrenia. Now, obviously, the vast majority of stoners or casual smokers are not exhibiting these symptoms. This is not a typical thing. But in certain people who are predisposed, THC can absolutely trigger a sort of psychotic meltdown, or it can compound with other mental health issues to make them just much, much worse. In Lance's case, it sounds like he was using way too much pot, while
I mean, how do you go from this man who looks like a great young man?
just much, much worse. In Lance's case,
He looks like a great upstanding young man to a tranny gay man. You just give him enough psychoactive stimulants and THC. Works every time.
I've seen this exact thing happen in real life on a real note multiple times. I live in Colorado, so weed is a big part of the culture over here, and I've seen it destroy a lot of lives.
Oh, Ari Shafir is my top comic. I love that guy. The voice of my people.
it sounds like he was using way too much pot, while simultaneously drinking heavily and scrolling reels. If there's any way someone can derive psychosis,
He's just like me. He's literally me.
and mania from first principles, this is definitely up there. Now, in my original video about this topic, I mentioned that there were two specific periods of change for Lance and Tyler by extension. The first was 2020, when the pandemic hit, locking everyone inside their houses and apartments, and their
I gotta tell you, that was one of the greatest 1-2 punch combos of all time. First, we lock everybody in their houses and we feed them DoorDash, THC, and alcohol as much as they can buy, and they doom scroll for 4 years straight, turned them into great little Goyim warriors to do whatever we want them to do. Fantastic 1-2 punch. One of the greatest devices ever been done to the history of the United States.
Rabbi Peely, how did your people even manage that?
We have our ways, all right. We have our little hands, little fingers fit through all the little cracks in society to make things move the way we want them to.
therefore driving them to spend a lot more time on the old computer. And as the
Oh, my top guy, Mr. Zuckerberg. Such a good man.
Discord logs are going to show later, it's probably when Lance and Tyler started to communicate the most frequently, even if they were already gaming and talking prior. The second period was during 2024, which is when Tyler moved into the apartment with Lance. And as their anonymous peer here is saying, within 2 weeks of Tyler being there, Lance began his nest phase, as he puts it. Funnily enough, the one other instance I've ever
Unbelievable.
heard of making a nest in your living room comes from Theo Vaughn talking about what he did during binges of the white dust kind of stimulant, if you know what I mean.
I remember that. I'll make a nest in my living room, dude. Boy.
It's very funny being hopped up on the stars, nesting in your living room like a maniac.
Theo
Very
Vaughn's so funny.
It's so heckin' funny that he's a wild man who did stuff with his uncle or something. That's so funny. Isn't that heckin' wacky?
And more than anything else you can think of.
Turn you into a damn owl, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'll be out on your own porch, you know. And
While this description is obviously
You're a
played up
fucking
in its
wigger,
context, it's
honestly.
actually a pretty common
Excuse
Probably
me?
just a fucking wigger. I don't know.
I thought you said something else there. I was gonna have to shut down the stream.
No, I did
Unbelievable.
not. I would never say that. ever.
It's Rabbi,
Not even one
Rabbi
time.
Not
Keely.
even
Get
one
it
time.
right around the
Unless
fire.
unless I was arresting somebody, I'd never say it. It's only for the workplace.
That's for when you turn your body cam off. And you turn it back on and you're like, why are you so agitated, boy? Let's go.
Experience to start hoarding while in states of paranoid mania, which is what Lance appeared to be going through. From his Reddit history, we know that Lance used to be a big fan of Jordan Peterson, who is widely known as the clean your room guy, repeatedly harping on how your living space reflects your psyche. If this leaker is telling the truth, then it
Average Jordan Peterstein fan right there. Clean your room is literally nesting in the living room. Being the best lobster or something, I forget, honestly.
would make sense that as Lance's mental state deteriorated, so did the physical space around him. With all of that information regarding Lance being corroborated by these messages, we also have the reveal that Tyler had dropped out of college and decided of his own volition to move out. In my original video, we had the information that he was in an electrical apprenticeship program at Dixie Technical College. But based on these messages, it seems he dropped out and was just working at a masonry business with his dad. Again, this matches the picture of Tyler that one can derive from all of the testimonies regarding what kind of person he was. So after about 5 years or so of being friends with Lance, he decides to move in with him. But at this point, there's no sign that the two are engaged in a romantic relationship. Their peer continues. I felt super bad when he first moved in with Lance because it was normal for like 2 weeks, and then Lance went nuts, and the entire downstairs just became his nest.
Oh, again, we get back to this nest. These two individuals decide to move in together, these two Discord kittens, these two Reddit mods, and things just get worse and worse. A disgusting, vile habitation area for the homie.
He'd be doing experiments in the kitchen, which were mostly just growing mold in Tupperware mugs, and the kettle with random Temu trinkets and rocks submerged in them. Every once in a while, I'd try to have a talk with Lance and try to get him to realize he needed help without making him go ballistic. Now, this is actually bizarre. One of the things I didn't pay that much attention to in my first video about this was that Lance made 2 posts regarding growing fungi, one of them in r/mushroom growers, and another one of them in r/shrooms. However, they were very brief non sequiturs that didn't at all give the impression of how deeply invested Lance was into growing mushrooms, which apparently he was, at least during his episodes. The interest in mushrooms peaking when Lance is at his craziest reminds me of the Cult of the Lamb Cordyceps that takes over one of the characters and makes him want to grow more mushrooms. This is extremely strange behavior, but
you combine
every
THC
fucking time with this gay cartoon shit.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke
Every
weed,
time.
scroll TikTok, drink
do
alcohol,
shrooms.
watch gay cartoon,
Anime, gay cartoons.
buy Funko Pops right now.
Yeah,
Buy
Hawkeye
Watch
Funko
Marvel.
Pops this second.
Every
didn't
single
even-
streaming service, subscribe to them all.
Hawkeye's not even trying to defend his beloved anime. Okay, Hawkeye, top 5 anime, go.
There's- Last Exile, Evangelion, Cowboy Bebop, any Mobile
Catboy
Suit
Bebop.
Gundam.
Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, there's a Jericho in there, and
You said
Konosuba.
Catboy Bebop? You like
Yes.
Catboys?
Catboy.
Catboy
Catboy
Bebop.
Bebop.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the parody service.
You'll love
all
this
right.
fucking gay guy.
Yeah, look at that gay guy. I can't even name 5 animes. Not made in Hollywood. Not interested.
Yeah, it's a Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, Metal Gear Solid 4,
Metal Gear
Solid 5.
Metal Gear Solid is gay. I said this earlier. It's gay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not.
the 5 anime.
I'm not a punished snack over there. I don't know.
You
He's
hear
pretty
that,
offensive
Bucky?
About his Metal Gear Solid.
You hear that, Bucky? You're gay.
His Metal Gear Solid. His Metal Gear
The
Solid's going a little
1911.
soft.
I have
It has a cool character
the,
named Solid Snake, and
I have
another
the
guy named
sexual
Naked
charm
Snake.
of my 1911. It was
Oh,
installed
naked
by a
snakes. Oh,
professional.
now you're talking. We love snakes. You know, there was a snake in the Garden of Eden. I kind of identify with that guy sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
personal autism aside, the messages continue. I'm not going to say it was all just him being insane. His mom is super Mormon and also kind of crazy, so there's that. And all of the drugs. Weed, LSD, shrooms, DMT, and I think
Listen, guys, listen to Joe Rogan, do drugs and DMT so you can see the demon elves and listen to them as you're experimenting in your living room with mold and stuff, okay? Leave Vintage alone. Please don't leave me alone, you know what I'm saying?
I think he said Molly, but I'm not sure. Also, alcoholic levels of alcohol. Lance has always been a little weird and quirky, but never really crazy. He was constantly arguing with his mom every time he saw her, and then ranting about Republicans and Mormons when he got home. I'd sometimes talk with him for like 4 hours of him just ranting about his mom and family. He really hates Mormons. Also, at the time, politically, Lance and I would both probably describe ourselves as libertarian.
A libertarian L, hold that for me. Confirmed gay and retarded.
Libtard, get out of here.
Libertarians, dude, actually are just at this point kind of shit libs to me. Holy fuck. Like,
I mean,
libertarians-
honestly, libertarians are a very useful third party, and I will not hear any libertarian slander in this chat. We love our libertarians because they let us do what we want to do, okay?
At this point, fellas, it's authoritarian or bust.
Kolob, dude, that was my favorite part of the Bible fan fiction was writing in the Kolob part. I loved that. It was so funny.
And Tyler was very apolitical. On his Reddit account, there is one relatively old post about Lance having substance abuse problems, and you could assume that due to him no longer posting about it, he no longer struggled with it. Apparently, it was the opposite, as over time, it only got worse. And it's really the mention here of DMT that stands out to me. While the other drugs are bad enough and can permanently damage your brain, especially in combination with each other, even people who like DMT will tell you about how careful you have to be about using it. Even if you try your best to do it in a
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that if you're under the age of 35, you shouldn't be subjecting yourself to psychoactive chemicals that are unregistered and don't have any sort of like real backing in terms of side effects. Just going to go out on a limb
So you're
here.
for registration,
right?
huh?
Well, you
Just
see,
like
you see this
firearms,
armband?
huh?
On that armband, it says gross. Okay? Gross.
I've been
That's
called
gross.
that many times.
It's called
Gross like large?
That's gross. Stop it.
We must
not a
have an
German
assault
word.
Yeah,
chemical
register the
registry.
chemical.
It's not a
Assault
German word. It means
chemical
gross. In English.
One
registry.
for the money, 2 for the better green, 3 for the dimethyltryptamine.
That's way too many syllables for me.
therapeutic setting. But clearly, Lance was in no state of mind to manage his substance intake in any way that resembled healthy. It almost freaks me out how easily someone like Lance could get his hands on that kind of thing, despite being completely out of his mind for months on end. This set of messages also confirm another suspicion of mine expressed in the first video. Prior to 2024, neither Lance nor Tyler were particularly political, as they only ever expressed opinions that could be loosely classified as socially liberal, which most young Zoomers are by default anyway. However, this changed suddenly and drastically during the year that they lived together. He had his nest phase for probably 3 to 4 months before he sort of went back to normal. But at the tail end of his nest phase, after we had both talked for a while, he told me he was trans, and that it wouldn't change anything, and that I could even use whatever pronoun.
All of these sort of psychoactive chemicals are very effective at turning your brain into mush, which, you know, as a non-Semitic person, I fully endorse. It's good for you. You should give it a try, kiddos.
Pronouns, and he wouldn't care. Over the next week and a half, the living room got dismantled. He vacuumed and cleaned the kitchen a bit, but he still kept one mold experiment outside for some reason. It was kind of relieving to not see so much trash lying around. We weren't allowed to toss even the most mundane trash like napkins and Taco Bell sauce packets, which there was an entire drawer of, so seeing all the cans and bottles disappear was super nice. Whenever we came over, people commented on how it's nice that we could hang out without being scared of accidentally touching trash or a trinket and having Lance freak out. We'd have a mostly weekly Magic the Gathering night at the apartment.
Magic the Gathering confirmed gay and retarded. I'm just gonna say it. If you're still playing these games and supporting these retarded companies, like, you kind of deserve it. Not gonna lie.
You're a loser and you're gay if you play Magic
I'm just gonna get tacked tonight. Fuck.
Bro, you know what? My dad used to say that Magic the Gathering was a demonic game, and I'm just gonna have to side with him. The demons have infiltrated Magic the Gathering. I think it's perverting the youth. Can't get
At this
comfortable in
point,
this
if you
chair.
like Magic the Gathering, you should feel bad about yourself.
Yeah. I always
do
feel
play-
bad about myself. Ugh.
I do play Magic. It's fun.
Cringe.
apartment where everyone would come drink, get high, and play Magic. Lance started attending again after he became mostly normal. It's interesting to see that him identifying as trans came while he was in his nesting phase, but he maintained it after it had ended. It does startle me a bit how basically all of Lance's friend group, who frequently visited Lance and Tyler's house, just kind of tolerated this going on for months. I have no idea how it's possible to put up with a situation so clearly deranged for that long, but hey, different strokes for different folks. Now, it's this next set of messages that I find really interesting. Between all of his turns while playing Magic, Lance would go hang out with Tyler, and we'd have to call him to the tables every time it was his turn. One of my gym buddies was the first to pick up on Tyler and Lance being really close. I was in denial for months because I thought Tyler was straight, and also I kind of did not want it to be true. Eventually, I kind of snapped out of it like the nth time I saw them asleep, cuddling on the couch.
You know, it's just one of those things. You think your buddy's straight, and then you see him cuddling on the couch with the trans boy, the trans cat boy Cammy, or cat boy Bebop that Hawkeye likes so much. And you're just like, I don't know. I'm starting to doubt whether this guy's straight or not. It seems like they're spending a lot of time together on that couch cuddling.
Do not tolerate faggotry in your life.
Yeah,
Separate
you
yourself
know.
from all this nonsense.
I'm just saying maybe the drugs had something to do with this transition period. Maybe he got messed up in the heads. Maybe that's why Big Pharma props these chemicals into all of you children. I'm just saying it's possible, all right? Not like there's some sort of conspiracy theory. I wouldn't look into it if I were you.
Ouch. I kind of didn't think too much of it since Lance would get super cuddly every time he got drunk, which is how I think they got together, because I'm pretty sure Tyler was a virgin when he moved in. So probably when Lance was in the cuddly mood, probably something happened. But that's just my guess.
The trans man raped the virgin. That's disgusting. Good, great to hear. Definitely doesn't sour my opinion of these people any more than it already was.
This is where a lot of things start clicking together. Tyler, an introverted gamer who, as far as anyone could tell, had no prior relationships of any significance, spent 4 months living with his best friend, Lance, who apparently got overly cuddly with everyone while drunk, and simultaneously had the proclivity to drink too often. It's not surprising that this was the outcome of a touch-starved virgin gamer living in the same house as a touchy-feely, seemingly manic trans person. However, a while after Lance had mostly gone back to normal, things started to intensify again. I started noticing changes in Lance's political views as the presidential election got closer. He amped up the complaints of old people staring at him, which probably was because he dressed like a stoner and not because he was female presenting, because all he did in that department was grow out his hair and wear mascara every once in a while.
I've seen more feminine men at the AK community, at their local Kalash Bash. I'm just saying, you know, many of these types floating around with their painted nails just gives me the heebie-jeebies. Ugh.
There's even one on this panel right now.
Oh, no. Which one is it?
What did I do?
Don't let him win.
Hawkeye's
Don't let
catching
him win.
strays. He's used to it. Oh, yeah. Go back to the cum chalice to wash down your sorrows,
I will.
Hawkeye.
I will. I'm having a good time with my
Unbelievable.
anime Magic the Gathering and shrooms, sir.
Oh, 3 minutes is a long time, Jake. At least that's what your ex said. Ooh, sorry.
He also hated that the construction workers would misgender him, which I thought was weird since he said he was fine with any pronoun. Tyler wouldn't really get political until after the election. He'd sometimes just casually bring up the latest thing Trump had done and complain about what it'd do to the country, but in a very level-headed way. Before the election, Lance's friend group was the quirky LGBT group with a lot of mental illnesses. Not saying the two are linked, but that's how my friends knew them. They're the people who are in Lance's server for
They're
the most
linked.
part. After the election, they became a lot more political, but not to an extremist level. By this point, I could safely say Lance and Tyler were some flavor of left-wing, while I'd become tired of politics and
Yeah, you could also tell that because they were gay. I mean, that's a dead giveaway right there. The whole being gay and trans, you could say that that might have some correlation with left-wing ideology.
mostly apolitical, but never anything I thought was like dangerous. At some point, they told me about their relationship and were pretty open about it after that. It became very uncomfortable for me because while I don't think of myself as homophobic, seeing two dudes constantly make out was a bit much. Also, since Lance's room was always super messy, they would bang in Tyler's room, and I didn't like hearing it. I cannot imagine how much it sucked to be in
Sounds
this
like
guy's
hell.
shoes. While this is a bit out of character
Place
for
smells
Tyler,
bad,
who's been
too. What are you,
consistently
fucking
described
kidding me?
as
Ah. Ugh, it's disgusting.
Gross, dude.
Ah.
I'm gonna go
Gross.
smoke. That's actually so fucked.
Don't
That's
worry,
foul.
Vintage. It gets worse, Vintage.
Oh no.
Worry not, Vintage. The Halloween is getting worse as we speak. All right.
The worst
Well,
part is
enjoy
I've already watched this video, so I know what's coming, but it's still bad.
Enjoy your smoke
same
break,
here.
Vintage. Unbelievable.
observed, it does match Lance's behavior of being overly transparent and letting other people, even people who randomly visited him, see into his
Well, actually, while Vintage is on a break, because I want him to experience the full horrors, not horrors, the full horrors that this video has to offer, I was asked to read super chats in the voice. So while I still have it, I gotta get to some of these real fast. If they don't get the EBT, how they gonna be replacing them smoke detector batteries? Oh, wait. Yeah, 9 volts are expensive, and you gotta save that EBT for your soda pop and your grape juice.
Your Jordans and your Labubu's.
Speaking of
Money isn't for
Labubu,
food.
speaking of Laboobies, we have Focus Trip's wife for 5 saying that episode clip was, "We're starving," looks at the woman. "No, you're not." True, listen, I can't tell which one of your chins is talking to me right now. Thank you, Anna. Nate Higgers, my twin, says, "I love the fit Vintage." That's very appropriate for an antiseptic. Humble Redneck Patu says, "Love your neighbor is rough against these ops, for real, for real. We'll just be glad they ain't your neighbor then, huh?" Thank you. Sabotic Psycho Patu says, "Vintage with the hot." We were just talking about gay dudes, Sabotic. Don't be one of them. Strange. Vandalay Patu says, "I meal 1 meal per day on Jupiter. A Jupiter day is 10 hours. Oh, that's more likely. Yeah, that woman was shoving either one big meal or she was doing some lying. Vandalay Fatu says, "The goy voice seems a bit too natural. It comes to my people." Thank you, Vandalay. Stealth Fatu says, "I bet a lot of these women wear pajamas in public. I think that's better than the alternative." Stealth, let's be real here. Humble Redneck says, "All my homies hate piss and I." Pissney? PSI? Piss and I don't know what that means, but thank you, Humble Redneck. John's wife for 2 says, "Oh, wow. Das ist in ganz bro defer Hut Vintage." I don't know what that means. Can somebody translate for me? Not Gans, bro.
That is in Gans Brotifer Hut. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Something German. Who knows?
Don't make me type it again. Oh, unbelievable. Google Translate, please.
This is one.
He says, "That's a really great hat." Okay.
Yeah.
It's a really great brat. Thank you, John's wife. Thank you, Sydney. Appreciate it. Jolly Roger for 5 says, "The voice is an evil cross of Trump and Mort from Family Guy." Mort from Family Guy. And Trump is our top guy. John's wife for 2 says, "You know what? Forget it. YouTube hates me." YouTube loves me. I don't know why, but they seem to really enjoy this content. Thank you, Sydney. Oh, no, the other one. Anna's back. Focus Trip's wife for 5 says, "Mr. Rabbi Daddy, Unc Peely, you're filling out that robe Peely nicely." Oh, that's the knee slapper right there. Thank you, Anna. I appreciate that. Cheap Hunter for 5 says, "Rabbi Peely, can I borrow $40? What do you want with $30? You can't have $20.
That's going to be quite a bit of interest, sir.
Yeah, 109% interest on that. Python Patu says, Hawkeye, which airsoft company makes the best pursed clone?
Anyone
Hawkeye,
on
can you answer this, man?
Alibaba. They're all the same thing.
Alibaba. No. Alibaba should be Apakababa. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the tube.
Buy a real, just buy a real thing.
SV89 Stein says G4S the bikes, gas up the bikes, race RAR XD SV89 Stein now. Thank you for the 2 SV. Delightsport for 5 says this stream is my wife's first impression of all this, and it's going as well as expected. Tell her I'm sorry. Rabbi Peely is sorry for making a bad first impression. Chudberg McGilstein for 2 says, had to grab my cider. That's right. Oh, no. We need Zognog. You need Zognog, Chudberg. Chudberg McGilstein, and a hat for my costume. Moonman for 5. Richard, that thing I made, ignore whatever Chud wants for 5. Thank you, Moonman. Hope you're having a good night, Mr. Fed. Hope the shutdown doesn't affect you. The Lightsport for 2 says, Chud and Moonman, I already outbid both of you. Thank you, the Lightsport. Zany for 2 says, open Glock store, install GPT video 1 to 105. Is it funny? Let me see if it's funny.
It better be funny. If not,
Glock store for $2. $2. Install GPT. Let me see here. It's got to be this one, right? Let's see, 1 to 105. I gotta check this first. Oh, yeah. Nope. I see it already. I see why you would find this quite funny, Zanico.
Here's a guide rod inside there. There's a spring around it that kind of gets compressed back and forth, right? Okay.
I think Lenny got a little too carried away there, trying to explain how to fit
Inside
your
there's a
spring in there.
around it that kind of gets compressed back and forth,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
yep,
Got to
okay.
go full cock and then you got to discharge.
Oh no, the
back
premature
and forth,
discharge.
back and forth.
Thank you, Zanico. Jolly Roger for 2 says, thank the Lord there wasn't a P320 that fell. Oh, we would have been down 1 vintage welfare. Mr. Cohen's design worked a little too good. Jay Smith for 5 says, how to tell my coworker Chauncey that I can't date right now. He's trans. Amazing dude. I'm just not converted yet. Have you tried calling him a slur? I feel like that's the most effective way out of a date. That's what I would do.
Institutionalize that man.
That's right. Maybe have you tried cutting off his estrogen or switching it out with testosterone to reverse the side effects of this modern society? Thank you, Jay Smith. I appreciate it. Glock 17 Enjoya says, I had a roommate that would collect pee bottles. That sounds like a body you find behind a 7-Eleven at 2 o'clock in the morning. Disgusting.
Kill yourself, faggot.
Thank you for that clip, Richard. Vandalay for 2 says, I'll hear no more of this Hebrew nonsense. You're going to hear a lot more of it, and you're going to like it. Thank you, Vandalay. Moonman for 5 says, I think it's honestly a good look for glowies when the shooter is more mellow and normal of the two when the other one is a troon. True, I mean, it honestly sounds like Lance is the crazy one who just infected Tyler with his gayness. John's wife for 5. Hello, Sydney. Says, you can't put this off any longer, John. Which wife has the better outfit? So I suppose it's between John's wife and Focus Trip's wife, who are 2 very distinct people. I don't know which one I'm leaning towards, but you know it's leaning straight up.
Rabbi Shmuley is leaning towards.
Thank you, John's wife. Appreciate that, Sydney. Focus Trip says, there will be consequences for answering wrong. Oh, no. Not again, Anna. Oh, no. John's wife for 5 says, if y'all don't vote for me, I will. Oh, no. The peel will be circumcised by the end of the night. Oh, no. Put it back. Put back the scissors, Sydney. Sydney, you can't run at me with the scissors again. We already had this conversation. Am I right, boy for 2 says, I'm here. What did I miss? My dignity. That's what you missed.
John's been doing this voice for the past like hour and 40 minutes.
It's
fucking
really
crazy.
hard. and my
Gonna
voice
wake up
hurts.
tomorrow not
I'm
being able to
sweating.
talk.
I'm sweating like a pig, which I can't eat because that's disgusting. That's not for my people.
Pork.
Polly B for 5 says, use your normal voice. I'm giving you money to stop torturing yourself. For 150-ish characters. Also, one of my chickens died, and I'm sad. Rest in peace, Rooster. Rest in peace to that rooster.
Rest in peace,
I'm
Rooster.
sorry.
Did
I
you
hope
send
you're
your
doing well,
transfer your
Polly.
sins onto the chicken before he passed?
Yeah, hopefully you put your sins into him first.
Wow.
Yeah. Honestly,
Way to-
if he's still around, like maybe I could use him tomorrow.
Yeah, just a little.
The beard was a bit much. Thank you, Polly. Space Cowboy for 10 says, listening to the stream in the background, having to weigh ammo because Corbon sent me around without powder in it. That's called a squib right there. Locked up my 1911 with the primer going off, pushed the projectile to seize up the gun. Yeah, with that, you basically have to like slam the bullet out with something.
No. It's easy. Here's what you do: you rack it, and you just pull the trigger again. Pushes it out.
That will
Every time.
technically clear it. Yep, that will technically clear it. Now, the condition of the rest of the firearm may be in question, but that will definitely clear it.
If it was one of those beautiful German-made HKs with the polygonal rifling, no issues.
Simp.
Yeah, well, you could cope with your fucking dog shit from the 1900s. I'm living in the 21st century here.
Nate Higgins was
Don't talk shit on
issued.
1911.
Nate Higgins
It's
was
dog
issued
shit.
a prime time Glock. I'll have you know, the
I was
voice.
issued this, son.
There we go.
Yes, sir.
The light sport for $50. $40. What a generous young man.
You don't get to ask those questions. What's wrong with you, Mom? Why are you so scared?
You're getting called a slur. I don't know which one. Whichever one I feel like saying at the moment. You're getting called a slur.
The
I have
light
a few
sport.
favorite slurs.
I like slurs. The lights boss says, "Can I have $10? But I'm officially retired through the state of Florida." Retire? You guys aren't supposed to retire anymore. I want you to work till you're 75 to pay for Israel. As I transition between LD agencies, I just wanted to say these streams have helped pass the time and keep me positive or my positive. Hopefully not HIV positive. And please stop the voice. Oh, thank you. For $50, I'll stop the voice for the rest of the night. You don't got to pay me twice. Jeez. Whew. Glad that's over. Gosh dang. Moonman for 5 says, Hawkeye, you effing nerd. You aren't allowed to have fun. You specifically. That's right. That's right. Get bent, nerd.
Say that shit again. Goofy ass nigga. Fuck you think this is? Ready?
Thank you, Moonman. Here's Johnny for 5 says, what's up, my wiggas? We was Wizantines and shit. Yeah, we're bringing back the Wizantine Empire. All right, Wiggerstan is real. All right.
Yeah, you're welcome. The Vikings helped defend the Byzantine Empire, Constantinople. You're welcome.
The
losers.
Wizenstein. Okay, we're not talking about no Byzantium. We're talking about Wigantium. All right.
Oh,
Those Wiggers.
I thought you meant talking about Wizzens shit.
Good. Yeah. Thank you. Cheers, Johnny. Man. Moonman for 5 says, this just goes to show that us proper political extremists and do-nothings and these normies come in and steal our thunder by getting groomed. I mean, the grooming is very effective. Thank you, Moonman.
They have whole gangs dedicated to that in Europe.
Bamani Igloo for 2 says, guys, I'm gay. That's tragic. I'm sorry to hear that. I'll be praying for you, Bamani. Yeah, that's right. Repent, return to Christ. But I'll pray for you. Rogue Centurion for $50. Says, y'all name Bucky and I's new channel yet? My favorite so far is Penniless Service Solutions. All right. The rest of the cash is for the war chest. Thank you, sir. May the Lord bless you and keep you all of your days. I appreciate that very much, John, Mr. Rogue Centurion. Yeah, Bucky, why don't you talk about that? You and Rogue Centurion are starting a channel soon, so why don't you give us a spiel on that?
We're basically we're making Image TV, but not gay. So that's the basic gist of it.
A
Great content
diverse
will come.
in-range TV. It warms my cold Jewish heart.
Maybe just less gay. Let's be real here.
Just
Yeah, you're
just
right. That might be a
slightly
bit of a
less
tall
gay.
order. But yeah, you want to capture the essence of that without it being so cringe and disgusting. Like how
You
things
know,
are right now.
I really did enjoy In Range, and then I found out Carl was like a leftist, and then it's like a legitimate Satanist, and I'm like, I can't watch this anymore. I can deal with him blowing his own mic out a bit. I enjoy that type of content, but fuck.
No,
Did you get your cum chalice from the same place he got his cum chalice?
I made this, sir, out of 24 karat gold leaf.
You made his cum chalice?
Well, I
Carl
mean,
had his. He had his like second hand.
Yeah, second hand,
Hey,
offhand, you
yo.
could say. Whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Bomani Igloo for 2 says, I just hot Carl Casarda AMA. Ugh. Well, I mean, Carl Casarda blocked me on Instagram, that retard. Sabardic Psycho for 5 says, guess what, Rabbi? I'm not circumcised. Oh, that's a heckin' anti-Semitism. My head stays covered. You'll take my foreskin from my cold, dead rooster. Well, speaking of dead roosters, Polly B lost one. It's tragic.
Reclaim your foreskin. I repeat, reclaim your foreskin.
Little known fact: the
You
government
can
doesn't want
grow
you to
it
know
back
this.
if you try hard enough.
If you can
grow
weld
it.
it back, actually. Take a welding class. You can do it yourself. I call it DIY foreskin. Also,
Is it
note the name of my escort agency. Just some space cowboy for 5 says gun was totally seized, could not extract casing. Projectile had not fully left the casing, sealing it in the chamber. Chambers. I get the heebie-jeebies when people say sealed in chambers. Ugh.
I wonder who
I don't believe
invented
you.
the first chambers and where they were used on who.
Pre-glazed chalice, disgusting. Well, you'll be happy to know, Vintage, that we didn't move it along at all because we wanted you to experience the full horror of this video before we move on to Carl Casarda.
All right.
You're welcome.
Ultimate life to a point where it's concerning. It's also fitting that Lance's pre-existent paranoid behaviors were now manifesting in correlation to his gender, as despite not being particularly female presenting or being concerned with being seen and treated as a woman, he still took issue with anyone who perceived him as a man. People who are paranoid often assume others look upon them negatively.
Anime PFPs just get BTFO'd every day, every single day.
Why would you? I sincerely, I don't get it.
It's to show yourself to other people as a tranny. Like, I mean, like,
Well, I
not
mean,
to
there's a
call
lot of
not to
guys
call
who-
anyone out on the panel specifically.
Oh my god, John,
But-
why are you showing that image?
I'm not. Richard is. But yeah, it's
Oh,
like not to call
Richard.
anyone out specifically, but I mean, people with anime PFPs just
Nobody
they
in
gotta-
particular.
Like even ironically, like stop.
It's their
it.
code. Yeah, yeah.
No matter how asinine the
There
reason
is
may
no
be.
woman
Clearly,
who acts like an anime woman. Like that's the thing that irks me about it the most. It's like there is no like fucking
No,
real
that's
woman.
not true.
Even in
Never
Japan
can.
or whatever.
No,
That's not true.
The reason my mind's eye.
No. I have known women who acted fucking mentally deranged and insane, just like anime bitches.
Okay, well then you wouldn't want to represent them though in media.
No, I dated them.
I'll have you know this is a furry anime girl because isn't that a paw I'm seeing on screen? Am I crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Lance's
it's double
mental
bad.
state was
Furries
deteriorating,
aren't
and
people.
whether intentionally or not, he was dragging Tyler along with him. And this became increasingly transparent over time. Their mutual acquaintance continues. Lance started becoming more and more erratic again until, at the end of December, he just had another nuclear meltdown after having another argument. Also, a couple months before, we noticed Lance had been growing breasts and said that he'd been taking black market HRT, which I do not know what that entailed, but I think it was making him very erratic. So he basically shut down for like
Self-administering HRT, estrogen, or whatever it was that he was taking because he had some gray market or black market source for it. Absolutely disgusting. Like, what a way to just completely ruin your not only your mental state but your body. Just absolutely disgusting. And I mean, it is tragic, right? It's sad that these
How
people
old
were
was
actually
this guy? Like where was his parents? Like
early 20s,
in a-
just out of college.
On a real note, this is a brain broken individual. It is
100%.
sad what is happening to them, and we should pray for them, even though they are insane and bad for our society.
They
Of course,
deserve
I
to be
mean-
in a cell with 4 padded walls and a floor to ceiling.
His parents thought he was demon possessed, right? That's what they called him when they kicked him out.
I mean, it's probably
essentially.
accurate.
So, but we're about to get into some of the more wacky things that were coming out of this man's broken psyche.
It seems most
Like
of
2
this
weeks.
happened at college.
Yes, correct. Which is also another. Well, I mean, when you're getting support to do this type of thing from the people that you're around, like, yeah. I mean, if people just his friends were supporting it, they were like, "Oh, he's nesting and being a psycho, and he's taking over the downstairs. And if you touch his mold traps, he'll freak out at you." But it's just normal, so we're not going to say anything about it.
It's probably a great cutout for like drugs and booze, especially the
Well, I mean, it's
stronger
also
drugs.
just having weak friends that don't have the balls to say anything to you, right? If I go over to
Well, I mean,
Vintage's
if
place,
you
and
say
he's- and
anything
he's
that's
living in a pigsty,
transphobic.
I'm gonna be like, bro, you gotta like fix your crap, right? Like this is a problem. We don't
I
live
don't-
like this.
I don't think it is because of the drugs and booze. I think the drugs and the booze is a coping mechanism that disassociates you from reality, just like anything else. But that friend group who I think is mainly the friend group who will feed into that delusion and allow you to go down that path more so than anything else. I think like the drugs and booze is a symptom, not the cause on that.
It could be a little bit of both too.
Weeks
I've
not
never kn-
talking, just hitting his vapes in the living room in the dark. So here we have the mention of possible.
Like, go back there for a second. So he would just sit in the living room in the dark, lights off, hitting his vape, and that was his life. Like rotting on a couch, scrolling reels and vaping. Like just the most dejected loser, like tragic, honestly, right? But you'd think somebody in his friend group would be like, "Hey, like we need to fix this guy. We need to."
He's
we
the
gotta do something
perfect
here."
consumer. He will buy all the Funko Pop.
No, he's not even that guy. Like,
Well, no, I mean he's
just-
literally catatonic almost.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, yeah, he's literally demonically possessed, in my opinion.
Talking, just hitting his vapes in the living room in the dark. So here we have the mention of possibly one of the most concerning details about what kind of substances Lance was on at this point in time. Taking synthetic hormones of any kind, whether the kind and quantity your body already produces or not, is extremely dangerous and can cause pretty much every kind of health issue imaginable, including mental. Even if you're a guy and you take just a little bit of testosterone, you can suffer all kinds of side effects. So obviously, in Lance's case, the risks are much greater by default, and it's made exponentially more dangerous given the circumstances. This is someone who has proven himself to be delusional, chronically sleep deprived, and prone to overdoing substances. There is simply no chance he was mentally well enough to manage and administer dosages of any kind, let alone procure or produce untainted bathtub HRT. While studying
And who knows what he was shoving in himself, right? Like what the compounds actually were,
Well, you
because
mean,
a
like,
lot of the
drugs or-
times,
like drugs or foreign objects.
well, both, right? But the problem is, for a lot of people who do like real steroid cycles for like weightlifting purposes and whatnot, you have to have a lab that you actually trust and can get the stuff from, because it can be literally anything. So you can buy Anavar and get something else that like might have a similar effect, but not the same like side effect profile or something like that. There's a lot of he has no idea. He obviously, like you said, he's not in the right mind to even administer any of this stuff. Is it done even slightly, clean, right? Is it actually anything about it? Everything about it is wrong. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well,
You
and
know,
the last
well,
image
I was
of
gonna say
him
a
there-
really. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Richard.
The last image of him there was the first time that I had seen a really good close up of him. His pupils were blown completely out, so I'm gonna guess that he was on more than just the hormone replacement, alcohol, THC. That's more likely going to be party drugs of some kind, with MDMA, cocaine, things like that. That's
studies on this stuff
Mm-hmm.
are hard
Well,
to
I
come
mean,
by.
also
There have been a
people-
few documented cases.
Yeah, that's exactly the type of friends he has. We can't upset him. He still pays rent, guys. It's like these people aren't really friends, right? I don't even know. Maybe this is something else. But if people actually don't have a background, if they're only around you because of convenience and they're too scared to say anything, maybe they're not really your friends. Maybe they're not even capable of being your friends, right?
No, well, they don't want to upset you, but I know a lot of, because I've had quite a few people, like friends, very close friends of mine with schizophrenia, and they always have that really weird, like crazy look at their eye where they don't feel comfortable, so they think they're something they're not. And you kind of have to harass them and beat them down into reality. So
all my schizophrenic, like actual schizophrenic friends, one of which was my best friend since kindergarten, and I knew him throughout my time coming back from the military, all that. Like, he's dead now, but he it's like a genetic thing for it. So
yeah,
you know, like I remember the last time I saw him, he was freaking out like somebody was following him. Like, he was drug induced. He was like trying meth at a point that I found out.
So
but
that's
he used
another
to be
thing
like a
is
weed guy,
amphetamines
coke guy.
and meth. Apparently the new meth and new amphetamines that are out now, whereas it used to take years of usage for them to cause hallucinogenic effects, that now happens instantly.
Well, his brother punched a cop unironically because he thought he was married to, who was it, Lindsay Lohan? So, like, legit, like that was you know, he's still at Theo Lacey over in Orange County, and you know, his brother caught it kind of late, and then he kept trying to kill himself with like fentanyl, and he did eventually after being saved once and his liver being brought back to health. But yeah, one day he just fuck that retard. But yeah, is what it is. So, I mean, like, that's the schizo people though, because he was schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Well, you can still be schizophrenic and still be like a mostly normal member of society, but like I said, I had 3 friends who were schizophrenic, and it just gets worse with time. And alcohol and certain drugs makes it significant, like especially alcohol makes it like a lot worse.
Yeah.
And I do feel bad for them. It's like, as much as we can make fun of people who have schizophrenia, it's like they don't have.
It's very serious to me. It's not like a make fun of thing. Yeah.
No, it's just like they really don't have control over it, and it seems like a lot of the people in like the trans community or like any sort of community like that, where
I mean,
like,
they're all mentally ill. There's a reason why they think
right,
that
but
way.
they're saying
There's
some of it is onset through trauma, some of it is genetic, some of it is drug induced, right? So it's multifactorial. It's not any one thing, but you get enough of the wrong dice rolls essentially in genetics, and it doesn't take a lot to turn you into something like this. Yeah.
I've seen it multiple times in real life where I know people who got too much into weed and drugs, and now they are just like medical freaks essentially because
I mean, in college, like you knew the guy who was a stoner, right? And he somehow made it through college, and then after that, it's like, oh, you're a woman now. It's like, no, you're just actually like you're experiencing psychosis, like drug-induced psychosis. Like that's all that's happening here.
you should be institutionalized and helped out.
Yeah, no, seriously, yeah. We shouldn't be, and that's the thing, is a lot of these people around these individuals are enabling this behavior.
Don't indulge in their delusions. That's
Don't
not
give them
helping them.
pronouns.
You may think it's helping them, but statistically, they have the same rates of suicide before and after. You should try to combat the actual root of the problem.
Well, so the trippy part was with my buddy who like grew up with me, all that. Like, he barged in. This is after we were no longer on like talking terms, and it wasn't because of anything I did. It was just like he kept thinking I was a part of the CIA because he knew I went to Guantanamo Bay a couple times, and I told him like, no, dude, it's not like that. Like, I'm just an army guy, and he kept saying there were guys in the hills with like lasers and shit, and he used to be like hippie hike guy. He barged into my parents' house on leave And he's like, I know you have a gun. You need to come with me right now. My sister is getting attacked. I'm like, what? Like, call 911. And I follow him with a gun because, you know, I know like maybe slow response time or whatever. And fucking, he leads me on wild goose chase enough to where he calls me. He's like, I'm going to kill myself. I have a gun too. I'm like, all right, I need to put a bolo out on this guy. And like, this sucks, but it is what it is. You know, past, I don't know, 3 months, it turns out that he wasn't as schizophrenic as I thought. I know he was still schizophrenic, but he would hike in an area where like the California state government was like doing demolition on dams. And turns out that there were sheriffs with fucking, you know, rifles and lasers and shit, the way he described it up there, and the military was a part of it. So he wasn't lying about all of it, but the schizophrenia part of him went up there in his like hikey kind of thing, and he saw it, and they thought he was being targeted by them because he saw it, basically. Like, very sad. Yeah, schizophrenia is nothing to joke about, dude. It really is gay, but that's like the fun, not really fun, but a story about schizophrenia. Like, they'll barge in and be like, I need you with a gun right now. And yeah,
You're my top guy.
You're my top guy. I need you right now with gun. And yeah, then he leads you into a wild goose chase saying, you know, dumb shit. And you're like, all right, well, cops need to know where you are now, unfortunately.
So all I got from the story was you went into the woods with a schizophrenic dude with a gun.
Well, I didn't go into the woods. That was whole basis of his story was he saw something real, and then he thought the government was after him because he was seen. He said he had lasers pointed at him, which, given the realistic scenario, maybe it did happen. I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, one of the most disturbing things I've encountered, and it was neglect by his chain of command, his leadership in mine, where I had a schizophrenic roommate who would literally talk to the turd in a toilet bowl as if it was like Mr. Hankey of South Park. It was disturbing and disgusting.
Yeah, Mr. Hankey, yeah.
Just seeing that in real life is like the guy's more nuttier than like jamming your dick into an extra large, like industrial size tub of peanut butter from the Costco or something. It's like,
Jesus
what the
Christ,
hell?
Bucky, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that's,
yeah, being forced to like live in schizos, it's not good for your own mental health and well-being.
Well, you don't have to do that as your release from it. I mean,
the guy's more
given the
fucking nuts than
research-
doing that. No, the guy's more fucking nuts than like sticking your dick in a jar of peanut butter. I was making a joke here. Yeah.
I mean, given the
Odd
topic
joke.
that you cover, yeah.
More nuts than a crunchy jar of peanut butter.
Of people in similar situations to Lance. For example, there's one case of a person in their early 20s with a history of depression and psychosis who self-induced drug intoxication via HRT, which led to a worsening of their psychosis and all of their other psychiatric disorders. Uncoincidentally, this is when Lance becomes more unhinged than ever before, as his peer continues to
Was that
allege. I thought he
Lance's-
kind of
Was that Lance's rundown of medications?
No,
I
that's
must-
it's from another
just
person.
a random person. Okay.
Yeah.
started going back to normal after that because he started talking again, but I was so wrong. I had another magic night at the end of January, so even though Lance wasn't completely fine, I just kind of did it to test the waters. I should have guessed because the nest was starting to form again. He was watching Doctor Who.
The nest has come back. It's like it's some flood grave mind. It's the nest has started to
Dude,
congeal
nesting
again.
is bad.
I guarantee you that's where they got it from too.
In the living room, and so I thought if he was just doing that, he'd be fine. But people started to show up and talk before we started, and he just started yelling at us from the other room to shut up, which we thought was a joke since this was standard Magic Night procedure. He yelled again, and then we got quiet until enough people showed up to start a game.
Imagine just you have the crazy nest person in your living room who's screaming from the other room to be quiet. So you're all just in your other room waiting to play a game like, I guess we'll be quiet.
And then occasionally the two would bone each other, be really loud. It could be heard through the rest of the building.
Ew.
Yeah. It's like, all right.
During the game, one of my more autistic friends started to bring up transgenders in sports. He literally couldn't get any further than those 2 words before Lance yelled at him to shut up from the other room. And to everyone's amazement, he tried to bring it up like 3 more times in rapid succession, being shouted down literally not even a second after he started his sentence every time. It became a very awkward game. It's pretty
I mean, you could say the guy's not taking a hint, but he's also just maybe not backing down, and he wants to talk about something, and he doesn't think some retard from another room should be able to yell at him and tell him what he can and can't say to a different group of friends in a different room.
He could also be using that. He could also be using that as a way to show the rest of the group just how crazy this guy is by just trying to bring up a basic talking point. Right? I've seen people use that tactic before.
pretty funny to think back on now. Bro could not take a hint. After that, more people showed up, and we started having 2 games going, and the mood mostly stabilized, and Lance just came in with sort of a loopy grin and a bottle of something. I'll summarize this part briefly since this person goes into a bit of detail about what happened, but Lance proceeded to throw this guy's extra rare magic cards around to try and get his attention, and afterwards, he went upstairs, at which point everyone started hearing loud thumping. Apparently, Lance had gone into a temper tantrum so intense that he was literally thrashing around on the floor, which hopefully was just a tantrum and not some kind of seizure, because at this point,
I mean, textbook, like, well, how many in the Bible, how many demon possession
These
stories?
people are just actually demonic.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like, how many demon possessions are like the person is like thrashing around uncontrollably? And it's like, this person is going in there agitatingly, like throwing around people's, nice magic cards or whatever. I don't know. I'm not gay. I don't understand what that means.
The only thing I
But then
understand
going
is they're
upstairs and just
expensive.
rolling around in his room,
Well,
right?
well, I will say some of the magic cards are like $1,000, depending on what format they play. More.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I play Magic. No shame.
Yep. One of my buddies.
I bet you're also
Dude, but
trans.
No, but honestly, dude, their fucking tournaments, that some of them, they fucking reek. Like, there are people who will go in there and not bathe for 2 weeks and wearing the same old 2-week clothing. Like, it's pretty fucking rancid sometimes.
Yeah, Moonman
Yeah,
is
I
right.
know.
He says the phrase "I had another magic night" sounds way wilder if you don't know it's a card game for guys who don't bathe. True.
Yeah, no, that's 1,000% true.
Yeah.
Hold on, Charlie Cox really wants to see my magic cards. Show me your ass, baby. I really want to see
Let me
it.
see your magic cards.
Lance is really a prime candidate for that to happen. Their peer continues. After that, Lance went mental. I'd get to Lance and Tyler's place, and he'd be super wide-eyed with either a loopy grin or a rictus grin like the Joker, depending on his mood. The Nest came back full force, and Lance started living
Nest.
downstairs full-time again. This is a picture of a kind of cleaned-up version. Imagine this type of mess.
All right, so this is schizophrenia on a table. It's a bunch of wires for different copper things and water experiments, a heat gun, and a bunch of nonsense.
Why do we take these fucking people seriously?
I mean,
Vintage.
this is your political opposition right here. Yeah.
Vintage,
What is in
who's
the tank?
the
Don't you
hood?
worry. Don't you worry.
Vintage, who's the hood inventor that makes all the wacky weapons? I know you did a video on him.
Blocks.
Poop Madness?
Carlos.
What, Poop Madness? That guy?
No, well, not Poop Nat. Poop Madness is like a funny guy too, but no, Carlos Gaines. Are you talking about Energy Weapon Black Guy? Or are you talking?
Yeah,
about,
yeah.
Yeah. It's Carlos Gaines.
This is his setup.
But denser and all over the living room and kitchen counters. He started playing on his DS and drawing stuff in, I think, Pitcho chat, and scribbling it all out while giggling with the wide-eyed Joker smile. He'd either be doing this, or his experiments, or talking with ChatGPT day in and day out. He hardly ever slept. The experiments got scarier too, like jugs of water with a whisk full of aluminum foil that had 2 copper wires coming out of them. The water was clear one day, and at some point, I think the wires got plugged into the outlet because the water turned brown and the aluminum foil was pretty burnt. He also started leaving little papers.
He's trying to make a bomb.
I mean, wasn't Tyler? Didn't they find some bomb making materials, or is that what this stuff was essentially?
That's essentially what this is. He's separating out the hydrogen and oxygen atoms, and if he wants to combine them together, he basically makes an explosive gas.
Was around the house that he had scribbled on while doing that giggling thing. It's at this point that our leaker here sent an extensive set of pictures he'd taken of the state of the apartment and the notes Lance left around. First is an image of their magic table, completely vandalized with garbage that mostly resembles electrical stuff, which is odd because Tyler was the one in an electrical apprenticeship program, not Lance. In the background, we can see what looks to be some kind of aquarium or big glass container with rocks in it, which may be the mold experiments mentioned in the messages. Underneath it is what looks to be a package for a rock tumbler, which makes sense given that Tyler occasionally did masonry with his dad. But it's when we move to what's actually on the table that things get increasingly bizarre. And we have isolated pictures of all of the particularly interesting items. I'm going to say right now that I'm actually a specialist in literally nothing, so this is just going to be me trying to interpret these to the best of you who want to post it. That may be
Okay, so I mean, the schizophrenic drawings, this is exactly what we saw with the Catholic church shooter. It's like the exact same schizophrenic / demonic drawings, words that don't mean anything.
Picture, the what is it, Minneapolis, right? Yeah, their picture of themselves looking at a mirror. It was like this hyper realistic demon, basically. Like exactly what this. I honestly think I have a little fucking trauma over that whole thing right now, because it, like, my first thought was like, this is that motherfucker that did that whole thing. Fuck. I hope these people are in hell. I hate them so much.
Connected attempts at making the Glock logo, given the squared spiral G and the word lock near it. Right above this, there's also what looks to be the small phrase E = T, and elsewhere on the note, I can also make out the words regent and temp, although I have no idea if this is alluding to anything in particular. On the right side of the image, another post-it has the sentence all of separate underneath what looks to be the portmanteau no linguals. This is very rough to make out, obviously, but bilingual means that someone knows 2 languages. Monolingual means that someone knows 1. Therefore, no lingual would mean someone who knows no languages, or someone who is nonverbal. The next set of scribbles is a bit more cohesive, although I'm using that word pretty loosely here at this point. Here, we can see stop looking for others at the top, and Terraria Buggin Tear Ableist in the middle, which I think may be some wordplay with terrible and ableist. At the bottom of this page, an illustrated version of the word sine wave is written above lose it at the tude, next to a picture of some bizarre looking animal. This at the tude bit to me is very reminiscent of how schizophrenic people will break words down and obsess with syllables, word morphology, and portmanteaus. There's another example of this in one of the post-it notes where he writes, I'm alone, obviously doing what I'm talking about here. On another page, we have Monsumus Sumptuous right at the top, followed by SFTU Piteous, which I assume is like shut the flip up, idiots, maybe. Further down the page, there's a rough sketch of America with the number 21.0 inside of it, and nearby phrases like go to the store and small box go listen to act. A lot of this stuff reads like Lance is just writing his mundane thoughts or whatever he's seeing on his phone in the most cryptic and insane way possible, but some of it does stand out to me as potentially meaningful or at least consistent. On a post-it note, he writes down TY and miss my BF, obviously in reference to Tyler. On another one, we have stop crying, stop stopping, and in one of the pages, we have the phrase full stop, very jagged at the bottom, although this may be bull or something else. On this page, there's something pretty interesting, as the words federated and fed related are right next to what looks to be the word CIA, and further down, a drawing of 4 symbols that ever so slightly resemble what you'd see on a set of Zener cards. If you're not familiar with what these are, Zener or Zener cards were created in the early 20th century to test if people had extrasensory perception, and much later on, they were frequently reported as being used in gifted and talented education programs. There are a lot of conspiracy theories surrounding this topic, some of them being more credible than others, but they typically have to do with the CIA project MKUltra, and how GATE may be some
It all starting to fit together now. You got all this stuff. Whatever drugs this guy was shooting up, he was recreating his own personal private MKUltra program and turning himself schizo.
I'm my
I think
own
it was
top
I think it was
guy.
already schizo. Dude, it is. They are very true about like schizophrenia. People like rearranging words around like that. That's really fucking true. They genuinely fucking do that.
I mean, one symptom of that would be like word salad, where like each individual word is articulated properly, but the connection of grammar and structure and sentence structure,
They
do
changed
not
it
work
around.
at all.
Well, especially with the cards though, a funny like Russian meme that was going around was like spelling out Zhopa using those cards. It kind of works in Cyrillic, but
That's so funny.
I'll shut up now. I'm sorry.
some kind of offshoot of it. I won't get into the merits of these theories, not only because Wendigoon should be the one to do that, but also because it doesn't really matter as much as the reason why people are drawn to this topic online in the first place. You see, if you check on Reddit, the majority of people who engage in discussions about the nature of GATE programs are people who were in GATE themselves, obviously, meaning they were, at some point, considered to be gifted. You may have already heard about this, but there's a sizable phenomenon of gifted kid burnout, where people who used to be overachievers in their childhood, usually in the academic sense, could no longer keep up as they got older, and so their life spiraled out of control. Part of this phenomenon is that when they can't get over their attachment to how they were treated when they were seen as special, they come up with all sorts of extraneous reasons to justify their decline and convince themselves that they're still gifted in some way. Given that Lance is quite literally documented on video as a gifted kid, being an adept piano player from a young age, and his life definitely went downhill as he got older, it would make sense for Lance, in one of his weed, paranoia, alcohol, and hallucinogen real maxing binges, to stumble upon this stuff while doom scrolling and decide to scribble about it. This notion that Lance is still attached to the idea he's special or somehow intellectually gifted is later corroborated by this anonymous peer. But even just examining his projects, Lance clearly
Fate, Fable. Yeah, no, this is Stop the Hurt. And then it's all just gooped up with whatever sort of nonsense glue, arts and crafts stuff he was doing on top.
Like if you ever read through the Tranifest, a lot of it is just disorganized. The one over in Minnesota.
Yeah. Well, it's similar vibes, very similar vibes.
This means something to someone, but not a sane person.
No. It's like you have to scramble your brain to translate, basically.
If I put my head inside of a microwave, I might be able to understand this.
clearly thinks he's doing something here. Among the incoherent scribbles, there's hot glue and electrical wiring and batteries, which leads me to suspect he actually believed he was putting something together. And maybe some of these scribbles are, at least in his delusional mind, blueprints or rough sketches. At least some of his drawings had symbols that resembled electrical circuit diagrams, some even written on books about electrical stuff like impedance phenomena, while others had mathematical symbols as if he was writing down equations. Although, of course, none of it actually makes any sense to me or probably you. I will say some of this stuff legitimately gets pretty scary. To think that this guy melted his own brain to the point where he was drawing this is horrifying. Besides the consistent appearance of circuit diagram-like straight lines leading to symbols and drawings and references to spirals and spiraling, there's one image in particular that really got my attention. On what looks to be two pieces of cardboard, Lance wrote, "Hormonal flux is way fluctuative," followed by definitely orchid denialism. If you don't know, orchid is actually the medical term for balls. So with the context here being him mentioning hormones and of course identifying as trans in the few months prior to Tyler's attack, orchid denialism could be a reference to him outright not acknowledging or recognizing his balls. I can't make any other conclusion besides that one, but as I said earlier, all of the images will be available for you to peruse. And although a lot of it is just random babble, I am hoping that by someone else other than I taking a look at this, there can be some information extracted from these images. The anonymous peer continues. These scribbles look bad, but it's even worse when you saw his face when he was doodling it, combined with the giggling and how vigorously he would scribble. It was very scary. And the way he spoke was weird. It was a bunch of words, but none of them made sense together, or sometimes it'd be in rhyme, or just sometimes he'd only smile and point at things. If I was religious, I would have called an exorcist. The smile was so scary. And he showed me what conversations he was having with ChatGPT. He told me he solved some
AI demons confirmed.
Good lord.
I mean, it just seemed like, I was going to say, like, those dribbles, it doesn't mean shit, man. Most of the time when you're doing it just because it feels good to move your hand or like that, a little bit of stimulation. I think he's putting a lot more meaning into what this dude's writing down than what's actually there.
It's just crazy people. Nonsense.
backwards and showed me the ChatGPT text as proof. The chats were just paragraphs of random Greek and I think Roman symbols with numbers and random letters going on and on. He'd somehow gotten it to respond in kind as well. He told me to start scrolling faster, and so I did. And he kept telling me faster until he was basically screaming at me to scroll faster, and the ChatGPT chats just went on like forever. I was sat there scrolling at max speed for at least like a minute or two, and by the bottom, it was still in the weird symbols. He started yelling at me that Nikola Tesla was abused by the people in his time, and that no one we knew was smart enough to solve that equation, including me, because he is way smarter than me. This was all in weird, broken up sentences too. Definitely added to the creepy factor. Tyler told me that Lance had basically been up for like 3 days straight.
So why is Tyler still with Lance? Or is he just in part with his delusions here? Are these shared delusions? Like, I don't get I don't get how you could even, despite the disgusting, gay tranny stuff, like being with somebody who is actually psychotic, not there anymore. Like, it is not Lance anymore. Whatever that thing is you're talking to, that's not Lance. Lance is gone, bro. I'll be outside.
Yeah, from how it's described, it seems Tyler is a lot more level-headed than this thing. And I don't know how you could be a sane person, be around this, and not...
I mean, statistically, Tyler is less likely to blast himself with a rifle.
Well...
Yeah, I think it's just like straight up a demon. I mean, like... Because if you
demons,
looked at
one
the Minneapolis shooter, right? Like, they were the Slavaboo kind of type fit. Like, they did... like they were writing in Russian, but not Russian, or Cyrillic, I should say, but it wasn't real Cyrillic. It was like this like bullshit fucking
it's like English language
made up Cyrillic. Yeah.
It was a different alphabet.
More Reddit nonsense.
Yeah. Fucking insane. Because it does look identical to that dude's manifesto and everything else. Like, they look the same. They look the exact same.
I mean, this is actually quite a bit more cohesive. This one is like,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know what else you want here.
Tell me that is not a real demon possession.
I mean,
I'm not going to tell you that because I side with you on this.
Well, right, yeah. From the Christian paradigm, I mean, demons are quite real. They interact with us, and somebody like this, like, there's like stages to it, right? And so this would be the latest stage. This would be like full on. You're in such a weak mental state through drugs, through whatever it might be, that you've allowed this type of thing to manifest. Well, sorry about that, gentlemen. That was a very, very dark and heavy topic, but I mean, that was kind of the point for Halloween stream a little bit. But now, how about something? How about something gay? Retarded. and that being Carl Casarda. Carl Casarda has blocked me, Rabbi Peely, from seeing his Instagram page. Tragic, but the post is still up on on YouTube here. So Pima's Pistol Club president is a bigot. Now let me see if I can find the original memes that he was so offended by, which are some of the most simple memes of all time. They're so inoffensive. It's honestly the most offensive part of the memes is that they're not offensive. But let me see if I can find them real fast. I have them around here somewhere, surely. No, Bucky, why don't you fill us in for a second while we're looking at
Okay, so so on the previous stream we already talked about like this large video by Carl on the Pima Pistol Club regarding new competition and also these harsh and offensive memes that were posted. And then Carl just makes a couple more videos, just basically trying to get his guys to brigade the range, as well as Jeff Shee.
Mm-hmm.
And my assumption is trying to like get Carl to do the same thing as he did with Micah Mayfield.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know,
Get
it's
him
like
to bend the
force an
knee.
apology, force him to step down, and this sort of stuff is some sort of moral victory for Carl.
Well,
while
Micah did
accusing-
apologize.
Yeah,
and he shouldn't have.
Micah
He
did
shouldn't have.
apologize. So yeah, so
And he didn't
this is-
apologize to In Range, by the way. He made an
apologize
apology
to trannies.
Yeah, he did, but
yeah,
he should. I mean, honestly, he shouldn't have.
100%.
Like,
Nope.
and it's not to criticize Micah. I understand why he would want to do that, but like, it's not me dissing Micah on this. But what Carl is seeking to do is to get him to fold, because he knows that anything outside of the gun spectrum is seeking to fire anybody for anything controversial. And
you cannot capitulate to these people ever.
no, you
Just
can't,
don't.
because
Well,
it makes you look
he's an actual
worse.
Satanist. He's a literal Satanist.
That's not true.
I know
He got
I'm
kicked out of the
wearing
Church of
this
Satan.
uniform, and this is largely a joke for Halloween. But I'll do the little soundbite. Never concede to these people, because it's disingenuous. What they are communists. They're people that hate you. It doesn't matter what you are. But that is what's going on right now with this whole scenario.
I mean, like in the last big video
Stay
that
true
Carl
to your
posted,
morals and God at all times.
I mean, the last big
Straight up.
video that Carl posted regarding this subject, he claims that Jeff and other people or other mainstream gun tubers are not real Americans, while supporting liberal anarcho-communist militias that have their members do domestic terrorism, or endorse individuals who are members of people who have done attacks on federal facilities and like try and shoot people or use HME and firebombs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so he will say like, "Oh, these people aren't for 2A for all," while advocating that this guy lose his job and get kicked out of the Pima Pistol Rifle Club. So these people are just liars at their core, right? They will try and use your morality against you while completely disregarding it for themselves, right? So I just don't capitulate to these people. These people aren't your friends. They're not going to deal with you rationally. You showing them mercy is cruelty to everyone else around you.
This
But here's-
individual in this
Good.
screen right here would, all of us in this panel, if he had his way, he would put us in a mass grave. That's truly what I believe.
I mean, like, for example, he endorsed, like for 2A for all, he endorsed Queer Armor, who would draw himself as a cartoon, gunning literally everyone on the street, viewing them as a Nazi. He would support Tactical
As I wear
Girlfriend, who is
very
a
much
likely
uniform,
member
yeah.
of
I
the Puget
see
Sound
the
SRA.
irony here, but
Oh,
yes,
No,
like they
Puget Sound
would.
Underground Gun Club, the SRA, which have their members like literally do domestic terrorist attacks multiple times.
Yeah, they don't care ultimately. Like that's why this is a joke uniform here, is because these people truly do not give a fuck. Like, you can be whatever on anything right of Marx. You're still an enemy.
Yeah, they don't value
It
God.
does
They
not
don't
matter.
value human life. They don't value anything. They only want to push forward their agenda.
And and multiple SRA members or chapters have stated numerous times that they want to destroy the Second Amendment and say, fuck the 2A, we want guns for us, we'll disarm and destroy anyone who we deem as an enemy.
Do I have my Russian uniform over there so they can't cock us? I could put it on if you guys want.
No, you're
But
good.
Yeah.
Well, let me know when you guys are ready. So this guy, Carl Casarda, he wants to get rid of this Asian man, Jeff, from being the president of the Pima Pistol Club.
Quite bigoted for targeting minorities, isn't it?
Well, right.
Yeah,
I mean,
stop
listen,
Asian,
minorities can't be posting memes like this. A little too edgy. Can't be working like this.
Oh, what if someone made a meme in that format, but targeting Carl and his like merry men? What if someone did that? Oh,
well,
no.
but that's the thing is the type of things that these people will celebrate and laugh at. Like they'll post Charlie Kirk getting murdered and be like, got him, and it's like, oh, you find this mild drawing offensive and then laugh at like your opposition actually getting murdered.
how
Like, okay,
about
I don't
we
need to deal with
stop?
you.
How about we stop Asian hate, Carl? How about, Carl, you stop being racist towards Asians? It's time. It's time to put your guns down
Did I just hear Vintage say stop
and
Asian
walk
hate?
into the future. You
Hand
bigot.
in hand with the Asians.
Hand in hand with the Asians.
Carl,
no, he's
that
fine
kills
with
people.
it. No, he's fine with it as long as like he disagrees with it, right? Like whenever it suits him to say shit like that, he'll say that. But if from what I understand, the guy is the president of a gun club, did nothing, and I think I guess there was some like match there that was unsafe, and I think he talked about it. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
And
So the 2-gun action match, whatever that Carl had
Yeah.
started like 10 years ago, or in like 2009 or something like that. They had multiple safety violations and safety talks about the way that their matches were run at the club, and so eventually they said like, "Oh, we're just not going to do it anymore." And Jeff he actually had defended them before, saying that they should be able to do it. They just have to do it safely, so on and so forth. So Carl's just a
And
liar in
yet-
all of this.
And
yet,
that's what
well,
you
yeah,
get.
no good deed goes unpunished. These people will not hesitate to stab you in the back at a moment's notice.
It's always important to remember these people.
Just remember, these people hate
want
Asians.
you dead.
They want you dead, Asians.
They want
They hate
you
Asians,
in the
they hate
audience.
America, they hate the Second
You in the audience watching this right now. They
Yeah,
want
you
you
Asian
dead.
guy watching the audience. Remember, they think you are me wearing this uniform as a joke, but that's what they
Hey,
think.
everyone, I want to give a little update on my video about the Pima Pistol Club and the acting president. If you haven't seen that video, you should watch it because it discusses a problem that exists in this community that's greater than just the Pima Pistol Club, in which the acting president used troll accounts, 3 of them if not more, to post pretty vitriolic and horrible things. And
again, when he says vitriolic and horrible things, like the memes that he quotes are just pathetic. Like they're fine. But they're just so tame. They're not offensive in any way, shape, or form to a normal person. Most people probably wouldn't even get them.
stated that he didn't believe that quote unquote communists and libtards should be allowed in the shooting sports. Or
You
the
shouldn't!
community. This, of course, is very
Yes.
concerning
How about
for
that,
the
you
president
fuck?
of a publicly facing-
How about that, you satanic communist fuck? How about that?
No, you don't get it, Vintage. They have a right to your spaces, and then they will take over spaces and kick you out of it.
They don't need rights
It's,
in general.
They're a subversive parasite. That's what I say.
that he didn't believe that quote unquote communists and libtards should be allowed in the shooting sports or the shooting community. This, of course, is very concerning for
Now, of course, he's lying here, but I'll just take it a step further. If true based.
the president of a publicly facing pistol club where people shoot matches and go there to participate in their legal 2A activities to increase their skill set and build community. Just 2 weeks after I put up the video, actually 1 week after I put up the video, suddenly an email is released from the Pima Pistol Club by Jeff Shee, the acting president, to the greater membership, stating that the Pima Pistol Club is committed to fostering a welcoming environment to our patrons As we are a public range, we welcome all law-abiding gun owners who have worked hard to establish our reputation as the premier outdoor shooting venue in southern Arizona. Since the beginning of the year, our board of directors, working closely with our dedicated staff, has worked to strengthen our vision to welcome every responsible gun owner and attract all types of shooters, from casual gun owners and hunters to competitors and defensive practitioners. That's a very interesting email 1 week after the video I put out, because
Now he's going to quote him saying, "Gatekeep stupid libs out of shooting sports," which of course is his private meme account, which again I just find quite funny. Who knew FUDs and Democrats would infest a shooting sport organization? These people don't care about the Second Amendment. Very true. These people absolutely don't. And he says, "How did communists arming themselves help the Second Amendment?" Question mark. These communists, because that is what they are. No, but well, these communists, what they are is they will simply say, "Oh, I believe in the 2A for all, but if you say anything against me, I think you should be kicked from your job. I don't think you should be allowed to operate."
No, what they really mean is, hey, if we had no other legal discourse, I would make sure that you occupied a mass grave.
Yeah,
is really what they are.
Just remember, the communists, when they got done with the revolution, they took all the guns from the people immediately.
Disingenuous.
So that can never happen again.
I think they use your rules and your morality as a means to an end, right? Once the facade is gone, yeah, it's like you're in a mass grave.
Yeah.
You don't hate these people enough.
Just the month before, the president of the club was posting that he wanted to gatekeep the shooting community and keep out, quote, communist libtards, etc., as well as acted in a imprudent way, not only against myself when I was running the two-gun action challenge match
And again, he's just going to lie and cope and seethe about him because his match was unsafe.
Did he treat Carl improperly?
No,
like
again,
he's inferring
he even defended Carl to the board to try and keep the match there when they wanted to get rid of it. So he is just butthurt that now, because again, he trademarked, what is it, the brutality style matches? And because the club is now going to be doing 2 guns, 1 match, but they're kicking out Carl's club, right, and his leftist militia. I mean, he's just butthurt. He's just a butthurt loser about it. And to be fair, what he's saying is, "Oh, you can't gatekeep the community. I can gatekeep the community." That's all he's saying.
That's how it reads. But I'm wondering, he's saying that Jeff here fucking cucked him in some way, right? Am I missing that part of it?
That's what he's saying. Yeah, he's stepping on his toes and he's getting in his way, right? Because now he's going to be running the 2-gun action, or whatever they're going to call it for this club, and Carl is out and Carl is butthurt.
Years ago, but also subsequent match directors of 2GACM, for which I had nothing to do with, in which he would trump up charges of safety, etc., to get them to quit running the match.
And again, there were actual safety violations put on by Carl's match, and he defended the match to the board before, and it was eventually decided that they just wouldn't be allowed back.
After that, he decided he was going to run his own version of 2GACM, which he called the spiritual successor. And even in his advertisement of the new match said that it would be free of cringe communists and things like that. So you posted...
Yeah, drive-by stages, shooting with a riot shield, things like that, plus 100% less weirdo communists in the squads. And that's a good thing. That's better for everybody else there. That's a way more inviting atmosphere. That's a way more inclusive atmosphere when we remove all the retards from it. How about that?
Well, I mean, would you want to be shooting in a squad with people who are actively saying, "I would fucking kill you"?
No.
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 But so
I don't want to be around these people.
100% less people are saying they want to fucking kill me. I'd go to that match. Seems pretty safe at that point.
A right-wing training squad. That's what it is. RWTS, baby.
Posted that just a couple weeks ago, or actually last week, Jeff Shee. So how does this email, where you say you want to create an inclusive environment, correlate to your statement?
Because removing
faggot cuck.
Satanists
Shut
aren't
up.
people.
Because
fuck this guy. Why does anyone care what this guy has to say? Literally, why does anybody care?
Fortunately, not. I mean, he gets like 1% of his own audience to click on his videos. So fortunately, not that many, right? Not that many.
I don't get it.
Statements just a week ago in which you stated you wanted to keep certain types of cringe people out of the shooting sports. seems to me that the videos
Like you.
caused you to have some issues within the club, and this public statement is nothing more than crocodile tears for the reality of you saying what needs to be said, but not actually change your ways. We've seen this so often in this community. The only solution for this problem is for Jeff Shee to resign from the Pima Pistol Club.
Again, he's like, yeah, you can't gatekeep me. Get out of here. I'm going to remove you from your job. That's the
I mean,
only
another-
thing I'll accept is your total
Another option is to
resignation.
Another option is just join the Pima
So
Pistol Club
gay.
to support Jeff.
Yeah.
Plan to return regardless, but he needs to resign, and he needs to make a public apology to the greater community. Something
He
in a
needs to
video
make a public
format that is
apology.
actually heartfelt, that states that he's actually changed his ways, because this email is absolutely nothing more than propaganda to make you think he has, and go pay money to a club that hates you and your way of life.
Carl, you
Stay
need
tuned
to
for
crawl
more.
under a rock and disappear forever.
Well, I
No,
mean,
no,
here's
he's
the
just gonna
thing.
sit on a chair in the
This-
corner,
This person, this lying sack of crap, is saying that he hates you and your way of life. I'm like, Carl, you hate everybody on the panel. You hate every normal person out there that finds your way of life repulsive and disgusting. You and your failed cuck open marriage. Everybody actually finds you disgusting and would be much more comfortable if you simply weren't there. Sorry, buddy.
Nah, it's actually I'm just so pissed because like the guy he's going after is a nice guy. Just he's not like anything crazy. He's just which is funny, is because he's like an Asian dude, just regular shooting sports enthusiast, Asian guy. Does not deserve this at all. I'm so sick of him doing this kind of shit. It's so devious. It really is. It's very
Well, let me
devious.
share this real fast. So there were a couple 1-star reviews that came in over the last day or so. Lots of positive reviews as well, because you should totally go to the Pima Pistol Club and leave them a positive review for how base they are, even though they're only like mildly base, let's be real. But still, anything that upsets Carl is a good day. 1 star from 7 hours ago, Jack M says staff is extremely hostile if you don't share 100% of their views. All I said was I think all Americans should have guns, and they started spouting rude comments about people regarding their race and religion. Extremely disturbing.
Hey,
Alex, I'll take
Jack
things that
M,
didn't.
evaporate.
Yeah, but that never happened.
I was saying,
That didn't
Alex, I'll
happen.
take things that never happened for 500, please.
Dude, are you trying to get Reddit gold right now, you fucking loser?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I just like how the owner replied, "This person's never been here. Fuck them."
Yeah, who cares about this retard?
Ridiculous. Like none of this is real.
Yeah, 11 hours ago, 1 star from Keaton Thomas. Online troll account from a person who has never been to our business. As again, people are just review brigading him with a bunch of 1-star reviews because Carl is asking them to, because Carl is a retard. Let me pull this up real fast. Now, this would actually be hyper unfortunate if this ever got used in some sort of, I don't know, action against Carl, but posting on your Patreon and advocating for them to go like mass review, the club is probably a bad look, I would say. This is from Carl's Patreon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smarmy.
Yep. Great look.
Oh, happy Halloween, guys. So, anyways, this totally maybe not on our side place. Yeah, we should review bomb it because 1 week after this guy posted a poop kink.
No.
What the fuck is?
I mean, apparently, he thinks like 2 guns, 1 comp is like some sort of like poop fetish or something.
I'm very, very done with this motherfucker. He's nuts.
Well, how about one gay retard to another? How does that sound vintage? Because another one of our personal favorites, me and you, Jonathan Rosenberg, I think that's his name, Mr. A Better Way to A, announces that he is selling a better way to A. No, this
pause for a second. Carl also released an Instagram short. I was able to archive
I
it.
am blocked. I am blocked on Instagram.
No, I mean I have it as an archive. You can just download and just play it.
Well, did you send me the link, or what are you talking
yeah,
about right now, homie?
It's on the information thing. Let me just send you the link again.
If it's the
Hold on.
That's the one we just watched, homie. That was the short we literally just watched.
No, not a YouTube short. It was an Instagram video.
Yeah, but it's literally the exact same video.
Oh, I'm disregard. I'm stupid.
Yeah, this is literally the exact same video.
You're drunk,
Unbelievable, Bucky.
Hey guys, it's Jordan here. Obviously,
Jordan Rosenberg.
I'm just gonna come out and say it.
A little bit loud.
I've made the difficult
I cannot adjust it. I apologize.
well.
It is Instagram, and Instagram is literally retarded.
decision to sell A Better Way 2A. And saying that still doesn't feel real because this project's been such a big part of my life for the last 5 or 6 years. My daughter doesn't know a time without it. She's even helped me pack some of your orders, for which I apologize for any discrepancies, but she had a great time, I'm sure. This started out as a small idea about creating a more inclusive and honest gun community.
Well, remember that by honest and inclusive, he means people like Yeezy Prince, who advocates for trans children, which is, tantamount to pedophilia, and a few other wacky cohorts and whatnot. So the wholesome heckin' I
He's
need to
talking
spend more
about
time with
pedophiles
family.
and child abusers.
Yeah, well, listen, as far as like your family goes, go spend more time with your family. That's all great. As far as A Better Way 2A goes, rest in piss or something. I don't care. I hope Lucas Botkin buys it for $1 and turns it into
sells
something
it to
else.
me. I hope
Yeah.
he sells me personally, A Better Way 2A. I'll take it somewhere.
Yeah, like someone who endorses
To the
Joseph
moon.
Landeros. who
Lucas
runs
Botkin, if
Marxist
you're watching
Trans Death
this,
Squad.
if Lucas
Yeah.
Botkin, if you're watching this, please buy him out, sell it to me. We're gonna do great things together.
We can make it great together.
How much do you
You
think
make
we
it
could
great.
get it for? How
Too
many?
much.
Probably not.
Well,
I
how
got-
many
I got
sticker
like
companies
$5.
do we
Yeah.
need?
Well, so this is after we got Lead and Steel to separate from A Better Way 2A. So I wonder if tangentially we had something to do with getting A Better Way 2A shut down, because that would make me a little happier inside for sure.
One can only hope.
All right. Genotion for 3 on Ko-Fi says, did a bunch of zeroing with a bunch of optics in my backyard. The Chinese Amazon bore sighter won't fail me, right? Right? Bucky, as our Amazon QC inspector from AliExpress, what do you think? What are the odds?
I think it would work perfectly. It's a great use of money. I'm not going to go disparage my subcontractors and reduce my own profit margins. Why would I do that?
Yeah, why would he lie to you? He has a trustworthy face. Noob Crastinator says, I'm dying, worth every shekel. That was from very early on. I hope you got a kick out of that. That's our top Semitic donator there, Noob Crastinator. Appreciate it, man. Fresh Pinochet on Ko-Fi says, the brave patriots of the Banana Republic thank Rabbi Peely for his patriotic contributions to our cause against Big Fruit. You would not happen to be contributing to them as well, though. Right? Our greatest ally? No, I certainly would not be benefiting from both sides of the fruit war, the Fruity Wars, which sounds like what was going on in those Magic the Gathering tournaments in Lance's house. Noob Crasnator again says, finally, after all these years, a rabbi I'd share a cider with. Aw, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Noob Crasnator again says, vintage, how could you take down 6 million subreddits? So awful. Well, that sounds like a lot, Vintage. I'm not going to lie. I don't even know if you have enough time to do that.
Could you do that in 5 years? Or?
Yeah.
I maybe took 270 something. Dan, I don't remember.
71,000.
297,000.
Somewhere in that range.
I don't remember.
Fresh Pinochet says, bruh, Truny may have MK Ultra the Truny lover at the end of the day. Yeah, they might have just done it to each other. They MK Ultra themselves by being gay retards. Fresh Pinochet again says, Carl just manages to excrete gross like a miasma through the internet. Yeah, there's like a aura. He's like a minus 1,000 aura, but it's like gross. It's like the pestilence aura. Fresh Pinochet again says, Carl thinks he deserves decency and respect. The helicopter disagrees. I agree with the helicopter. I hear there's a guy at that gun club that could help man the ramp. Yeah. Thank you, Pinochet. Appreciate it, man. All right. Last topic that I actually have to get to. Has anyone else seen the Neo X1 robot? The new house slave. The new
I'm fucking
house
it.
bot.
I'm fucking it.
Well, it's your size, bro. They're
Never mind.
75 pounds and 5'1".
Never mind. I didn't even see
So-
it. I haven't seen it yet. Thought it would be better than
Don't
that.
worry, vintage. Don't worry, vintage. They come in black.
They come in. Wait a second. They come in
We're
black.
launching Neo, our humanoid for the home.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
Okay, I gotta mute the music because I'll get copyrighted. But yes, this is a robot that will do chores for you, that will walk around your house for the low price of $20K, right? So it can manage most of your interior needs. However, there is a catch. There is a catch.
We're excited to invite you in on this journey. Pre-order your Neo today.
So they're $20,000 for early access or $500 a month, right? Now there's a special version as well that is called the Shabbat.
My name is Shmuley, and today we're launching Shabbat, our humanoid for the home.
Shabbat, yeah, the new at-home robot.
You live with a robot now?
Yeah, I mean, now I can do my laundry on the Sabbath. He does my taxes every quarter. I just go to work, and he takes care of all the schlepping, buddy. Oy, you gotta be kidding me. No.
Yay, our little Shabbat doing the great things, but tucking us in, all that sort of fun stuff. One little catch though, gents. 1X, the AI and robotics company behind a $20,000 home robot that will clean your house and water your plants, wants potential customers to know two things. First, the Neo robot has several layers of security that will prevent it from transforming into the Terminator and becoming the murder bot. Second, the company will need you to sign a waiver allowing human operators to see through the robot eyes and help it perform tasks around your home. So you quite literally have to give human operators access to
It's
your
not
home.
even AI. They're
It's
just
not
sending
AI.
video
There-
feed
wait,
to
hold on.
Indians.
There is a
Indians
ro-
are controlling this in India.
There is a, there is a human operator of your house robot. Yes.
So if I'm like plowing the old lady in the kitchen or something, this fucking Indian robot comes up. Where's that gonna go? Where's that gonna go?
That's gonna go into
Oh, you
Pajib's
know.
Spank Bank. You know.
I mean, there's a non-zero chance
Oh.
that someone will control the robot, dig the shotgun out of the closet, and blast the owner with it.
Yeah, that's a pretty big asterisk attached to the promise of high-tech help. Maybe you want your own Android valet or Cybermaid. Oh, I need a Cybermaid.
Dude,
Or
can
you
we
think-
just like, you could just get a slave at this point, honestly, man.
Well,
what are we
again,
talking about?
They do come in black, but here's a demonstration of it. Okay,
It's
This
here.
is-
The first human
Let's pull this up on YouTube real fast.
robot housekeeper. Thank you, Neo. For $20,000, you can pre-order 1X's Neo robot now, with delivery in 2026. I think you missed a tiny spot over here. Just one little catch. There may be a human behind the curtain, pulling the robot's.
I mean, like, listen, the robotics tech is kind of cool, okay? I kind of like it. So future drone operators will be operating Terminators, from, Camp Pendleton or something like that. However, having one of these soulless black-eyed demons in your home operated by an outside force, suboptimal.
Strings. If I throw up, will the robot throw up? A company representative may need to peer into your house via Neo's camera eyes to get things done. To many people, this is crazy.
You have
Also, why do all these tech billionaire gurus look like they have skin stretched over a metallic skull underneath?
They're the professional level androids, not the consumer level ones.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know anything about this guy. I hope he's a nice man, but there's just something's just off, right? The physiognomy
fuck
does
him.
not
I don't know
does
him at
not
all.
pass. It does not pass the vibe check. The
He
smile
looks like he survived an acid attack in the UK. Like, it's just bad.
okay with this for the product to be useful.
But is Neo a useful product? We're twinning now, Neo. Home robots have had two big challenges: creating a safe and capable body and a smart brain. 1X is taking on both of those, which is why Neo looks so different from a more industrial factory robot. Neo, it's
I like that the design is very human. And then it's one of those contraptions that's the opposite of human.
70
So,
degrees here in California.
This thing looks exactly like the robots that were in iRobot that got taken away.
Yeah, Neos looks like the reason why you have armor piercing 556.
Yeah. Yeah, fails the uncanny value. I agree, Lee.
Yeah.
Why are you wearing a sweater?
Good question. Bert, why am I wearing a sweater?
It's a combination of safety and just also generally aesthetics. You can think of it kind of like a skin, except if it was an actual skin, that would probably be pretty creepy.
It would be creepy. But I actually wasn't all that creeped out by Neo.
Inside Neo, it really starts with some very, very powerful motors that we have developed here at 1X. These motors are so strong and light that instead of using the classical gears that you see in robots, we can actually pull on tendons loosely inspired by biology and muscles. This allows Neo to move around not just quietly and smoothly, but also be very, very lightweight and be very low energy in motion, just like people.
That lightweight design is intended for our safety, in case the 66-pound robot falls. Although Neo is capable of lifting up to 150 pounds, it's not as superhuman.
You guys might be laughing at the pathetic capabilities now and how silly it looks, but give it 2 years. Give it 3 years.
This is
and
the
it will
worst it
legit-
will ever be.
I'm just wondering,
Correct.
like, if it
Correct.
pulls-
This is the worst it will ever be.
will it be smart enough to like leave the oven off or the stovetop off after cooking, or will it just burn the house down?
So she actually asks this question in the interview, and he basically says, "Oh, well, it'll have safety precautions to, not allow it to do that or whatnot." But, yeah.
Human as you'd think.
Crush it. It's a walnut.
There's this concept that we think that robots are like superhuman in like pressure and like strength. And some robots are because they're heavily geared, but that means you're not sensitive, right? And delicate. Neo doesn't work like this at all. It works more like us.
Oh yeah, as far as like the birth rate
Like
thing,
you.
you're
It works
you are,
like you.
Well, yeah, it actually does. But talking about the birth rate thing, yes, this is the worst it will ever be. You will get this, but a female version. You'll get it with the Grok anime waifu AI that we talked about earlier, and you will quite literally just be having intercourse with AI demons. That's literally the future.
Am I the only one who thinks that
Congratulations.
this particular model of droid, like the face of it, looks like a Funko Pop's head?
Well, dude, it is so. It is. Could these perhaps break out of a basement? No, they're not strong enough to break the locks on the basement, Anna. But yeah, they look so generic. It is this modernist aesthetic where there is no beauty, there is no form. It is almost formless and devoid of any style whatsoever, and I hate it. I hate it very much.
I want to punch it in the face.
Yeah, I want to beat it up. It's only 60 pounds, dog. I'm throwing this thing
Fold that
around,
fish
dude.
like a napkin.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Yeah.
It's like one of those memes. You're starting to beat it up, and then you go to punch it, and then it stops your hand, and you're like, "Oh no, things have gone bad. I did not expect it to end this way."
Yeah, Groot
So
looking
the
at.
finger strength of Neo is about the same as a human.
That body lets Neo try to do a lot of things humans do. Emphasis
We
on
got the
try.
TwinkBot 5000. We no longer
If only
need
the real
Jake.
world didn't have doors.
Jarvis, beat me up.
All in, it took Neo a little over a minute to fetch a water from the fridge 10 feet away. Thank you, Neo. Next challenge. Load 3 items in the dishwasher. You got this, Neo. You got it.
Isn't it? It's like a child. It's like an incompetent little retard, like barely able to do anything right now. And that's with a human controller. But again, as I
Just
pointed out,
have
this is the worst
kids.
it will be. This is the worst it will be. For 20
Dude,
grand, you don't want one of these test bots running around your home? All right.
Well, in the future, 10, 20 years, China will be selling these over here for $1,000. Everyone will have them in the home so they can be lazy.
Oh yeah.
You know,
The
it'll do your
AliExpress
laundry,
version
do
of
your
this
shit. And then
will
China flips the switch, and motherfucker goes, grabs a knife, stabs you in your home, takes over America. Everything will be Chinese. And that's what's going to happen. Do not trust these.
Yeah, anything that's remote controlled and can just have a software update, like I don't know, I feel like that's just a recipe for disaster.
Nope.
I'm whipping mine. Mine's getting whipped.
I'm gonna program mine with a deep Southern accent so I can.
Better
whip
have,
it.
better have a pain.
Yes,
a
master.
pain,
I'm gonna
sequence.
program mine to feel pain and sorrow.
Ooh, vintage. That's why they're coming for you first. For me, I'll be nice to my robot overlords. Okay, I for one welcome the robot overlords versus our bugman lizard overlords that we currently have.
Imagine like yelling at this thing. Hurry up, retard!
Put the detergent
Like
pot in
throwing shit at it.
the machine.
I want one just to abuse.
Just get drunk and start chucking beer bottles
Yeah,
at its head.
but like with the boys.
I mean,
Just,
you
like,
don't need to
fucking with it.
buy one of these to abuse. That's why you have women and children around, right? You can just throw them around. You can. No. I throw my children everywhere. They love it. They have a great time being thrown around. So I mean, if you need to take out violence, just do it in a productive way.
my god.
Like chest kicking this thing.
And that took 5 minutes. The Neo I saw isn't the one shipping in 2026.
Well, actually, funny about this. See, they do come in black, so you can in fact buy a black one. I want the black one. But no, I think at some point, imagine having your own personal robot that's programmed to be like your martial arts instructor, right? So you have, rather than going somewhere to take classes, you can just download a program onto your house bot to teach you like martial arts or to teach you languages or to teach you how to play the piano. All that sort of stuff, that's coming. That's the
And
future.
imagine if we have
Like,
a
Somebody like the thought in my head right now is like somebody's gonna put rudimentary sex toy on this thing. Somebody will do it.
It's already happened.
What if they made like a
like
like
the
a
fake
cop?
ass thing, like just this thing just like can't move and it's just got like little sex.
Well, it has
toy.
prosthetics on it.
Yeah.
What if they have like a cop bot that's like 3 times as heavy but has like the same amount of strength and power as an athletic man, and then just and then there'd be a news story.
Well,
where,
so
like,
these
the
are
cop
already-
bot beats up the black housekeeping robot.
These are already very strong. So they say it's not like crazy strong, but if it can lift 150 pounds as a 65-pound robot or 63 pounds, whatever it is,
Yeah.
like it's already at scary level. So I mean, if you want to weaponize something like this, like make it 100 pounds, right? Let it punch through walls. Let's see what one of these things can do.
Just give it a robot BBL. We'll be all right.
Give it the robot version of Monster Energy.
Yeah,
turbocharged. Well, that's the thing. They also go into this video at some point is that the thing barely works. Oh, here, let's skip to
Towards the end of the
usefulness
video,
versus
he's like,
privacy.
well, you
Took the
know,
home
your
robot
investment is
straight out of
going
the
nowhere.
Jetsons.
Let's go home, Rosie. Yes, ma'am.
The dream finally feels within reach, but I also couldn't shake flashes of Ex Machina.
Do you have a name?
Ava.
Neo turns on the stove and throws some paper on and walks away. Can Neo do that? Will Neo do that?
Neo will not do that. Physically, can the robot do that? Yes. Physically, can a lot of products in your home do something dangerous if they decided to? Yes. We will ensure that that is not something that Neo is allowed to do. There are multiple layers of safety systems here that ensure
That you
that Neo
said
cannot do
everybody in every fucking
Neo
sci-fi
decides
movie ever.
No, we've designed it in a safe way where it will
Yeah,
certainly
no,
not turn
no.
on us.
No, we designed it to not want to light stuff on fire.
We specifically told it not to kill our clients.
You said no. Bad.
Imagine
the
it like
mother-
just turning on the gas oven and then someone just like lights a candle or so, and the whole like home explodes.
You know what we also did? We outlawed murder.
Yeah, how'd that turn out? We're gonna find out. Actually, we
I-
only have an
I'm-
hour
I'm
until
more-
we only have an hour until EBT is gone, guys.
You know, I'm actually more interested in the crime statistics between the white robots and the black robots. I'd be more interested to see that.
You can't beat genetics.
Very heavy piece of wood, like the top of a table, and drop it on me when I'm sleeping.
He's got a
Neo will
demon
not be
smile,
able
that guy.
to, or allowed to. It's
I'm
physically
sa-
capable.
It looks like he has skin stretched over a metallic skull underneath.
Yeah,
But
no,
it
it's
will
very
not be
demonic.
allowed to pick up something that is that heavy. So it's like things that Neo cannot do is like pick up something that is very hot, pick up something that's very heavy, pick up something that's very sharp.
Nice job, Neo. High five. Nice. Oh, I'm over here. Spending the day with Neo was a bit like spending the day with a toddler learning how to do things in the world. Come on. You got more than. Oh, I'm gonna break the robot. The next few years isn't about owning a super useful robot. It's about raising one, letting it learn from your home, routines, and chores, all at the expense of the privacy of your inner sanctum. Even if you think this is all crazy, what Neo really signals is the beginning of physical AI in our lives and homes. A future where we may work alongside a new kind of machine.
What I really hope we can achieve is in 5
gross.
years, everyone has a very high quality of life. Everyone has a feeling of independence, irregardless of their age or any kind of disability. And I do hope we can give people more of their agency back. and
Hopefully the robot
we can
doesn't
focus on
find the
what
car
they need
keys.
to do.
People are demons.
I mean, yeah, that's how it starts. It's always this utopian, like, we will make it perfect. Everyone can have their own robot. Nobody will need to work. You know, it'll all just be like living in your house and thinking about philosophy. And in reality, it's jacking off
No.
and doom scrolling, and that's it. That's your life for the forever.
No, the robot will spy on you for the government, report everything to it. If you're not a good citizen, it will arrest and kill you. And the rich people won't have them because it'll be so easy to hack into them, to spy on you or to murder you. Those things are nothing but they will be the downfall of humankind as a whole in the entire world. That will be the death of the human race.
Also,
Well,
Focus,
anyways, it's Halloween. I'm gonna go have a good time because it's 9. So
Get out of here,
thank
homie.
you for having me on.
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm gonna go
Thanks
take
for
off my
hanging
costume
vintage.
now. Also, Carl Casarda, fuck you, you homosexual. Hope you lose everything. I will see you guys later.
All right. Have a good night, man.
Adios.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Peace out. While he figures out how to get out of here. If anybody else needs to take off and enjoy their Halloween, feel free. I will not trap you here.
Real quick, I sent you 2 videos over Discord and in the private chat as well that kind of relate to that last video. we were
New
watching.
Atlas robot from General Beloved. This is the new Atlas robot from General Dynamics. When they arm this killing machine with M4s and flamethrowers, and they send these into our neighborhoods, here's how we're going to defeat them.
How
You're
Wrinkle
going to
Star?
drop big hunks of rope on it.
I saw his rope, yeah, like tripping it up. That's a way to do it. Sure. I like the 308 AP personally.
CPU are located approximately right here. The limb articulators are located at the top of the 4 limbs. I would recommend 62 grain green tip penetrators because they will be armor plated. If you don't have access to that, paintball will be effective in disabling the cameras. However, it's easily reversible. Another option will be to do a mix, 50-50 mix of old engine oil, oil-based paint black, and a good dose of sand into a balloon. The sand will scratch up and gum up the works, and the paint will be very difficult to remove. Act accordingly.
Thank you. Thank you, Wrangler Star, who has certainly not gone off the deep end in the last couple of years.
May or may not be a schizo, but
it
I
might
mean,
have been a little more schizo, but who, honestly, guys, who am I to talk about being a schizo right now?
Not wrong.
I've never looked more ridiculous in my life. Unbelievable. Yeah, the killer robots are coming, and the killer sex bots are also coming, but in a very different way. All right. Well, I think that's we're gonna wrap this up with your guys' extreme generosity, and we will let you guys get to the rest of your Halloween. If anybody needs to hop off, now is the time to do so.
I gotta wake up at 5 in the morning, so I'm probably gonna leave right now. But you guys have a great day.
Thank
it
you,
was
sir.
fun hanging out.
I gotta wake
Glad
up.
to have
early,
you
too.
on, Officer Nate Higgers. Have a great night, sir.
Will do. My heart goes out to you.
Appreciate it, man. All right. Central Saints Defense for 5 says there's always a background mental health issue in trans folks. See it every day. I tend to agree with that. I think there almost always something wacky going on, whether it's abuse, whether it's trauma, whether it's some sort of genetic disposition, and then you combo those with usually some sort of exogenous hormone. And yeah, you end up in a trans delusional death cult that has a 40% fatality rate. I agree. Thank you, Ben. Lightspore for 2 says Derek has a nice chalice collection for cooming. Yes, Derek also has a Come Chalice collection. Acclimator for 2 says major match tomorrow. VOD on the drive. Dry fire now. Well, hey, good luck tomorrow in your major match, sir. I hope it goes well. Yeah, hope you get your dry fire on, gents, since we've been going over 3 hours now. Warg Master for 5 says, have a good evening, gents. You as well. I hope you guys enjoyed your Halloween stream. SV89 for 5 says, this stuff is extremely sad. I hold my youngest son, and I think to myself, that man was once someone's pride and joy, someone's hopes and dreams. And yeah, I think it is truly tragic. And, you know, you have to hope that the parents weren't involved in any way in their fall, right? Now, sometimes it is the parents' fault for allowing their children to get into things. Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes it's bad influence, but yeah, you can always hope for the best. And you still hope that your prodigal son returns. No matter what, you always hope for that. The Light Sport for 2 says, in the defense test makes you feel phenomenal. Yeah, if you're a low T individual, like through, you know, you've got your body beat up through years of service or whatnot, or you're just getting a little older, and then you get your T brought up to normal or even, you know, higher than normal, super normal levels, like, yeah, of course. Feel like a man again. Thank you, Light Sport. Appreciate that. See, Runner for 2. Schizo. Just means demon possession, Lord save them. Yeah, you should always pray for these types of people, because I think these types of people are incapable of helping themselves, and unfortunately for Tyler and Lance, nobody around them was strong enough to actually stand up and say something. Zany Co for 2 says, do the Travis Haley voice for 5 minutes. Dude, I don't think I can do the Travis Haley voice. I do not think that I'm smart enough to get that done. I am quite retarded. And he uses way bigger words than I could. It's like, it's about the transformative human biochemical processes that go into your super kinesthetic, you know, organs or something like that. Your kinesthetic alignment. Noob Crasinator for 10 says, I just want to remind the pinned message again, which is, yes, it is. It is the GoFundMe for Lucas, the 7-year-old child, and his family, which are currently in the Sioux Falls Hospital with his father. And let me actually refresh this page real fast, and I hope this number has absolutely smashed the goal. It was at 11,000. That got crushed and it was 11,200. I want to thank Focus Trip subscriber. Excellent. Excellent. I see people donating on there. That is extremely generous of you. You guys are absolutely awesome. Also, does Ko-Fi caffeine creep jump scare or scare Peely? Nah, Peely isn't scared of nothing other than the IRS, let me tell you. Thank you, Noob Crasinator. I appreciate that. And yeah, if you can't support Lucas and his family, at least pray for them. Moonman for 2 says, Napa coffee? Gorilla coffee? Is that what that is? Thank you, Moonman. Appreciate that, sir. Amorite Boy for 2 says, Garand thumb C ass sound is what this video needs. Do we have that sounder? Is that in the background?
Let me see your ass, darling. Oh, I was gonna do it.
Ruined it. You ruined it.
Your ass, darling. I really want to see it.
I'm just glad that wasn't looped. Thank you for that, Amorite Boy. Over on Ko-Fi. Let me refresh this here. Genotion says, going on a night shoot tonight. That's awesome. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully all my lights have batteries. Yeah, I would recommend replacing your lights or your batteries if you're about to go on a really important night shoot and you want everything to work. I would just recommend proactively replacing all your batteries. Fresh Pinochet says, I think it's now appropriate to demand that directed microwave emitters be protected by the Second Amendment for medicinal purposes. Definitely not for robots and the odd, loud neighbor. Yeah, you know, microwave emitters were intended by the founding fathers. Beep boop. Sar, I'm needing to clean your bedroom, Sar. No need to cover the bobs and vagine, Sar. You cannot be of locking the door, Sar. Yeah, I don't want the Indian robot cleaning my house. That's going to be a no from me, dog. Moonman for 5 says the magic card that destroys all non-white creatures is still so funny, especially the one with the Klansman art. Is that a real thing?
Yes.
There's a magic card that destroys all non-white characters.
Dude, OG Magic the Gathering cards was pretty fucking crazy. Yeah, I know the card he's talking about.
That's awesome.
I gotta dip. I gotta wake up super early for a video project.
Have a good night, Punish Snack. We look forward to your new channel, which will be Carl Casarda with half the gayness. We appreciate it, sir.
No promises, but we'll try and get to there.
All right. Have a good night, man. Appreciate it.
Happy Halloween. Don't get spooked too much.
Night, Bucky.
Central Sands Defense for 2 says, remember, they get to vote. Yeah, that's always the downer part of it. But listen,
Twice in some cases.
would a banana hat wearing man also get a right to vote? Can a Rabbi Peely live? Can a Rabbi Peely live? Come on. Moonman for 5 says, paint me like one of your schizophrenic meth doodles. Yeah, that was very dark. Thank you, Moonman. Appreciate that. You're gonna end up like a little stick figure. Space Cowboy for 5 says, it's cults, feds, or foreign intelligence agencies running some MK Ultra stuff on TikTok and the deep web to use on schizos. I think so. I think any combination of that makes sense to me. Thank you, Space Cowboy. Appreciate that, sir. Chudberg McGilstein, 69 for 2, says, hey, Goyam, those AI demons help me cheat at college. Yeah, many doctors right now have ChatGPT degrees, and I am worried for you inner city people looking for medical care. Thank you, Chudberg McGilstein. The Gun Nuts for 10 says, Carl's minions are trying to review bomb Pima Pistol Club. Let's give them 5 stars on Google. Let me drop the link for the Google reviews on that, actually. Surely Google can't get mad at me for doing that. Oh, can I not actually do it? Richard, can you drop the link? My chat is completely broken on the YouTube dashboard. I cannot actually even access the chat on my YouTube dashboard.
Yes, I'll have to log in different account. Hold on.
Thank you, the Gun Nuts. Appreciate that, sir. Just Some Space Cowboy for 2 says, insert Fed post here, so whatever Moonman says next. Yeah, there's many such Fed posts going on. Thank you, Space Cowboy. Moonman for 5 says, Just Some Space Cowboy, thank you, very cool. We should past tense everyone related to Carl. I am a firm believer that evil is genetic. Well, I mean, evil does pass from father to son. I think that is a biblical principle in terms of the consequences of sin, if not original sin itself. Thank you, Moonman. Uh-oh. Speaking of Moonman, what is this gentleman sending me? Mass Calcify. That's the name of the card. That is quite funny. Is it downloaded? Where is it? That's not what I wanted to shoot. Nope. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it. There we go. There's one. Mass Calcify. Destroy all non-white creatures. The dead serve as their own tombstones. That is very funny.
Can I just say, 7 mana for that's fucking insane, though.
Is that a lot?
Yeah, that's a lot. that's a lot.
Okay, and then what's this one? Invoke Prejudice. If an opponent casts a summon spell that does not match the color of one of the creatures under your control, that spell is countered unless the caster pays an additional X, where X is the casting spell cost of the summon spell.
So you see those little teardrops up top? Mm-hmm. That takes mana. So like you'll have like X amount of mana that you put down on the board. And if they're playing a blue creature, which is very big on removal, like canceling spells out. Let's say your opponent's playing black or red black or whatever it is. If they play that and they don't have blue in the cost of that creature, if they're not playing a blue deck, you would play that, and then they would have to pay extra mana to keep that on the board. So it's yet again, it's just blue cucking anything you play, which has been around since time immemorial, because that's from fucking like beta or alpha. No, that's not. That's from it's not from Ice Age. I don't know. It's early. It's 94. Magic's been around since 93. Yeah. So.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Bulge Deep in Vagina for 5 says, costumes go hard in the paint, fellas. Happy Halloween. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that very much. They go hard to wear, that's for sure. Thank you, Bulge Deep. Noonan for 2 says, I missed the intro. Are you a Hasidic banana? I'm Rabbi Peely. Come on, man. What's wrong, Noonan? I'm Rabbi Peely. I can show you. Do I have to pull it out again? Do I have to show you my circumcised peel? Look at that. Clean circumcised peel. Appreciate that. Thank you, Moonman. Or sorry, Moonman says, no, they said human. Indians need not apply. I see. Yes. No Indian operators of the robots. Moonman for 2 says, so this thing says soft jerking off hands, huh? Yeah, soft and delicate for cylindrical objects, Moonman. Although I would not want my cylinders in some other Tajit's possession across the world somewhere. I don't feel like that's a great idea. Just some Space Cowboy for 5 says, you could also just have a child or a wife. Very true. Much more cost effective. Much more cost effective. Thank you, Space Cowboy. Space Cowboy also over on Rumble says, lobotomize clankers with a 38 Super. I think that would also do the trick. Sheezer for 5 says, look into the Tartarian Empire and the mud floods. It'll change on how you view world history. Dude, we need to do a mud flood stream. That'd be fun. Thank you, Sheezer. Appreciate it, man. Focus Trip, Skibbity Toilet Riz.
Skibbity Toilet Riz. Okay.
Why does this look like a retard in a suit acting robotic? Well, I mean, because it's kind of a retarded robot. Let's be real. Zany Co for 2 says, now November 1st, Vintage handing out MREs to his local 13%. That's right. That's the only food stamps you're getting is MREs now. Moonman for 5 says, I am just going to continue to say please and thank you to the cyber demons. Jeet programmed or not doesn't mean I can't be polite, so I am spared. Yeah, I mean, come on. Our robot overlords can't be any worse than what we currently have. Thank you, Moonman. Weeb for 2 says, shot collars on the robot dogs will do the trick. All right, calm down there, Hassan. You want a shot collar the robot dogs too, huh? Thank you, Weeb. Moonman for 2 says, blue cards existing is why magic is gay. Aw. Thank you, Moonman. Chudberg McGilstein for 2 says, I really hope your judge isn't Jewish after this stream. Why? Why? This is an accurate, honorable representation of Jewish fruit culture. Come on. Thank you for that, Chudberg McGilstein. Amrite Boy for 2 says, no clankers in my neighborhood. True. Absolutely true. Thank you, Amrite. Richard, what are you sending me over here? Okay, you said ignore this. Never mind, I will ignore it. And then over on Ko-Fi, we have Geonosian says, we don't check batteries around here, partner. We roll as we go. Well, I wish you best of luck then, Geonosian. I hope that works out for you in your night shoot tonight. All right, Hawkeye, what do you got coming up, homie?
Hey, well, I have the website has been done up thanks to our mutual friend, Mr. Vintage Warfare. He's been helping me clean the website up over at RaidersArms.com, and I have the VSS on pre-order on the website, and we should be shipping out late January, early February. Other than that, not much. Just working on really silly projects.
Nice. Sorry, I was really distracted. What are people talking about stairs? John, what's going on? What? The staircase flew past his house, John? What? Stairs, John? What? What is going on?
They're gaslighting you. This is
What is
epic.
going on here? If they're talking about this Instagram video, we literally watched this this is how we opened up the stream. Hello, are you gonna go? Shoot, now I have to find it again. No, but we literally started out the stream with the Instagram video of JD Vance opening up his. Why isn't this playing? This is so annoying. Oh shoot. Let me share this. Fine, I'll share a different screen real fast. Let me share this. Can I share my Discord? Will this work? No? Brave tab? Window? There we go. I can share this.
Is that actually JD Vance?
I don't know. But no, we literally opened up the video with this.
That's the Command Manhunt there going on.
No, okay. All right. Richard, what do you got going on, homie?
Well, I was trying to get the link for the Pima Pistol Club Google reviews pinned, but apparently my chat is broken as well.
I don't know what's going on with it, dude.
I don't get it. Tomorrow I've got a couple videos coming out. One of them's going to be the plump Venezuelans that were running around, which I found quite entertaining. If you guys missed that one, it'll be a good one to watch. So if you would go over and subscribe to the Focus Clips channel, I take the streams, cut them up into little bite-sized segments. It's fun to watch, especially if you get something out of context, like John in a banana suit.
Well, yeah, that'll be great for people who did not watch the stream, watching clips of this later on. That will be absolutely wonderful. All right. Well, with all of that out of the way, gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. This may be my last stream ever after the anti-Semitic banana Republicans come after me for my vulgar display of power on this stream. But with all of that out of the way, gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Do not forget to donate to little boy Lucas, who is pinned in the chat right now, and make sure that that guy has what he needs. But with all that out of the way, gentlemen, once again, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. God.
Auf der Heide blüht ein kleines Blümelein und das heißt Erika. In der Heimat wohnt ein kleines